We're live, by the way. We are live. Live. On the starting screen. Wait, they can't hear you. You can say all sorts of things about them now and they will never know. And they'll never know. Oh, man. Bad mouthing Gears of War now. Oh, shit. Oh, is the Inzoid demo out? Interesting. Oh. They can now.
Okay. Hi, chat.
I'm just getting everything ready.
Me, Steve. And you can ban me because I'm not actually a mod, so.
He's bad mouthing kid. Well,
You can ban me in chat, Steve, but guess what? I'm in voice. Can't ban me here.
I'm in chat, so I can ban you.
You know what? There you go. I called you bluff.
I would have called his bluff. You know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility? Yeah, that doesn't apply to him.
See, he read it wrong. It went, great power becomes great in irresponsibility. Added a few letters.
Alright, this is almost done. Let me just... Yeah, that should be the one I'm using, right? It should be the same link. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need that. Alright, that's there. And so many people are unhappy with Assassin's Creed.
I haven't got far into it, but I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah,
I did get one. There's been two things so far that have frustrated me. And one of them is because I'm bad. So, that's my... Before one of the first bosses, I'm not going to name anything because of spoiler reasons.
Yeah, I haven't got
my health.
Myself. Yep.
Well, no, like, it was right. It wasn't even a boss, but like, it was the castle.
Yeah.
You know, the bit where you played the character for the first time.
Yeah.
I kind of nearly died before that encounter, but it auto-saved 5 times for some reason at that spot. So I had no health, no kunai, and it was like, go fight this army. So yeah, I was stuck on it for like half an hour because I'm bad.
Alright, that's
and
one.
yeah.
Alright, I think we can make a start. Booyah! We are not late. A whole
No, we're not late.
30 seconds early. Oh my god! A whole 30 seconds. Oh, by the way, how was Jimmy Carr?
It was good. I got insulted a few times. I loved it.
What did you do to get insulted?
Well, I can't say that on here.
Oh, so that's how we're going. Hey, look, when I say I'm going to be on at 7:30, I mean I'm going to be on at 7:30 or earlier.
I mean, this show's not even for another half an hour, so...
I know, I thought we could just... Well, what I planned was to talk a bit about what's been going on in the gaming world, which is pretty much nothing.
I mean, did you see that Ken Kutaragi found one of the original PlayStations? Well, he did. We found out that he has one of the original PlayStations. It was just in his wardrobe.
Hang on, Alex, you're rambling. No. That does not count. That does not count.
Did you read about that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, one of the there's supposedly 500 in existence, and he just had one in his wardrobe.
I mean, see? What more do you want from the guy? Humble and thing. By the way, chat, this stream is demonetized, so there'll be no adverts throughout the stream. Have you heard about Sims 4 influence are going around? I did, and that's probably something EA's telling them to do. But Sims has been stagnant for so long. It's well deserved. Right? It's probably well deserved. I feel like my mic is fine.
My mic okay? Hi.
Yeah, you're fine. No, it's just that there was music from that I put on, and then the music from the game show, and they were kind of having a weird fusion between the two.
Well, here's some cool gaming news, I guess.
Go for it.
Is anyone here a fan of Devil May Cry and Dragon's Dogma stuff?
Devil May Cry, yes. Dragon's Dogma, not so much.
Well, the director for both of those games has said that he's working on a new AAA action game. So, that's cool.
Why did you have to hurt Steve? This starts at 8 p.m. Hey, Ghosty. It starts at 8 p.m. I thought I'd jump on around half an hour early. Just to get everything up and running and whatnot. You know, the cool stuff. I have been playing, outside of Assassin's Creed, which I've just recently started, and bits of Avowed on the side, I've been playing Suikoden recently. I released my video on that this morning. But
I've never played one of those games before, so...
Neither have I, and it's actually really good. The remaster is really, really good. I'm really impressed with it. I can see how people would have...
We're actually flying out Chaos during this show. He's actually on the plane right now.
Who?
He's heading to host it as we speak.
Nolan North?
You have to... No, you're off to host this.
Of course.
As we speak.
Of course. Can't you see my thing at the top?
Anyway, no.
Why is
carry
this... This looks weird. Or is it just me?
I'm not on camera, am I?
No, it's not that. It is weird.
What's weird?
Let's fix it. This is supposed to be full screen. But it's not. And I've only just noticed it. I've only just noticed it's not full screen. And no one told me. And no, this isn't stuff that I'm supposed to notice. Right, Chili?
It's hard to notice when you're not streaming it. Sometimes it can get easy unnoticed.
Hey, Taz, thank you for the $10 super chat. No worries at all, my dude. Let's lock that. So that's a lot better now. Let's move this event list somewhere, maybe down here. Seems like a better place to put it. All right. And let's fix this. I did not notice it.
Oh, by the way, I've got it working so that my audio and my video gets recorded. My game footage and my audio microphone gets separated. I've actually sorted it out now.
I'm looking to build a second PC.
Oh.
Really weak one.
Yeah.
And you've heard, you know who Gafalion is, right?
No.
You've never heard of Gafalion?
Never heard of them.
They were huge years ago, well, they still are. But, you know, they signed up to, they were the ones that got contracted by Facebook at the time. It was like all the craze. But anyway, he's actually shown a way where through what's, I forgot what it's actually called. But you can mirror your display onto another machine.
Okay.
If you've got an NVIDIA graphics card. I forgot what it's called.
Like the old Android Mirrorcast stuff.
I want to say Moonlight is called.
Yeah,
and
I've heard of Moonlight.
Yeah, you can basically have that machine with Moonlight just streaming away while your main PC does all the workhorse stuff. And so the stream will never get impacted. So you can get away with something like, you know, a £300 PC, £400 PC, or even a laptop, to be fair. It doesn't matter.
I
mean, it
mean,
needs to be able to...
That's exactly what I'm doing right now, just without the PC, when you think about it. My laptop is streaming the game. My PlayStation is running the game.
Yeah.
In theory, it's the exact same thing.
Yep, but this is just doing it from PC, because I still get problems when I'm running PC to PC. Hey,
I mean,
Devin.
It wasn't. I've heard it a long time ago where people back in the day of like Justin TV and stuff like that would have a dedicated streaming PC while the game would render on something else. I hope they show Max Payne remake. I doubt it. I doubt anything like that.
Potato Station Pro is garbage. Was gifted a membership by Devin. What a name. Potato Station. I like it.
I feel completely offended by that name. I'm not going to lie.
I think that name is perfectly logically normal.
Look, as a Ladderfell, I'm offended by the potato part.
Look.
As a PlayStation fan...
To be fair, they didn't say Popato.
Oh, that's true. Fair.
Oh.
Oh God. I hope that's wrong.
What?
I hate crab. The crabs scare me. Supposedly there's a giant enemy crab boss in... I think that's Shadows.
Well, apparently Microsoft is embracing the trial and error in Hollywood and seeing what works and what doesn't. And they're using their main franchises to learn. That's not the best way to go.
That's not a good idea, right?
That's not a good idea at all. The Pro, yeah. Basically, the difference between the Pro and the base is that the Pro can run in its overclock state longer than this base one can. That's it. The base one, if it runs in the overclock state, it overheats. So it can't do it. It can't stay in there for long periods. Whereas the Pro can. But it makes no difference because you still have to build it for the base one. You're still restricted by the lowest denominator. Did you guys see, have you guys heard of a guy called Matt Piscatella? Matty?
I've heard of that name.
Matty Piscatella. So he's the guy that goes around talking about how much games have made and sold and which platforms they sold on. He basically fuels the console wars. And he's basically been delivering the news, and the PlayStation fanboys have been lapping up everything he says. And then he came out and said Monster Hunter Wilds was best-selling game of February, to a shock to no one.
Ooh, yeah.
Across
What a twist!
Across each of the PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam ecosystems, with Steam accounting for more than half of the title's total dollar sales. Now he's trash, fake, a fraud. He's a liar.
I think I've heard 60%. I think it was something like 60% is on PC.
Yeah, but now he's a liar. He's a fraud. He's a scam artist. He doesn't get his data correctly. He makes the information up. That is the new narrative from Camponi.
Wow.
All it took was one, and that was it. Paul, you are not late. But yeah, Assassin's Creed is actually doing. Have you seen how?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's
that lesbian scene that everyone is talking about. Or apparently there's a non-binary girl in there as well. Apparently, and what's his name? Yasuke gets, if you play as Yasuke, you get with a non-binary girl if you want to. But did you know that if you actually play the canon mode, which is basically the proper story, there is no romance in there. So people are getting upset, right? That they are choosing an optional choice messaging, going down the route of choosing to romance a character, and then watching that girl-on-girl scene, and then getting outraged. What is going on? Explain to me how that works. Somebody explain to me.
Internet to me.
Explain to me how that works.
I'll admit, I didn't turn canon mode on. I didn't turn immersive mode on. I would have if I wasn't streaming it.
Yeah, it's immersive. I didn't. Immersive, I didn't put on that. I wanted them to speak in English.
I did put on the first one.
The canon.
Not the canon, the other one. The first one. The first option. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head now.
Oh, you mean the one that
where it
guides
tells
you?
Where to go.
Yeah, the guidance.
Yeah.
No, I left that one out.
I was like, no, that is on.
But do you have to do it for an achievement? I don't know.
No, there is no achievement for relationships. Yeah, just like
that makes it even worse. So they are actually choosing to go down this road, make all the choices to get to that scene, and then get outraged after they've seen it, when they could just completely skip it and they'll be none the wiser.
Yeah, I've heard that there's no achievements for. I haven't looked at the achievements, but I've read online. I could check myself. I have the game. Thank you again to Ubisoft for the code.
I like that. I like that plugin right there. That was a good plugin.
Well, you have to remember, officially, legally, if you're playing a game, you have to.
I had mine plastered literally in the top left-hand corner. Thank you for the code.
Yeah, you have to legally in the UK. If you, I saw someone on Twitter complain about, these people are getting paid to play. I'm like, no. The reason why they've got advert is because they legally, because they got the code for free, have to say that they got it. It's not because they're paid; they just have to say it by law. If you get a code for free, you have to, by law, say that you got it, and that is sponsored, even if there's no money involved.
So, chat, what do you think about the screw up that happened 2 days ago by a certain Microsoft marketing manager? He made a public statement on Twitter that Assassin's Creed Shadows is play anywhere. Ooh. And I'm sure people would have bought it just because it was play anywhere.
I think you also thought it was play anywhere, right?
I did, which is when they offered me the Xbox version, that's when I switched. I mean, why not? I was gonna
Yeah.
switch anyway, to be fair, because everyone wanted to see the Xbox version, and it's just easier for me to stream it. So it is, I'm not involved
Yeah.
in that. But people would have bought it for that, and then after it came out, he apologized, saying it's not play anywhere, it's cross save. I mean, come on, you can't make that sort of mistake.
Yeah, that is bad.
You can't make that sort of mistake. I'm sorry. That is a big, just.
Man, I was watching someone, one of my friends play it, and I think they need to upgrade their PC because it was stuttering so much. I felt bad.
I mean, this is the thing. When you're playing it on the same machine, it can cause problems if you're streaming, because there's a lot of OBS takes a lot of resources.
Yeah.
The OBS uses a lot of resources. If you're using NVIDIA Broadcast, which gives you this fake green screen that I'm using right now until I get a normal actual green screen, that uses tons of resources as well.
Yeah, I don't use the background because I'm not on camera, but I use it for the audio. Even though technically I can turn it off because Wavelink now supposedly has its own standard one built in.
Yeah, I don't like.
I haven't tried it. No, it's been updated supposedly recently.
All right, I might try it. Well, once I've got my green screen, which I'm going to order when I get paid, Broadcast goes bye-bye. I'm bored of Assassin's Creed, to be honest. We need new IP. This is like a totally new Assassin's Creed. You get to run around, loot stuff. You get to do side quests. You get to run around and get tons of collectibles. You get to climb really high vantage points to get a scenic. Oh, okay, it's just an Assassin's Creed. I'm joking.
It is just an Assassin's Creed, but I haven't played one in a while, so it feels new to me. So.
Chris, it should be on Friday next week. I'm gonna have the placeholder up this weekend.
This isn't the first time, also, because we have multiple dual characters in the past, right? We've had the Cassandra and in one of the previous ones, and also you had the two characters in the British Assassin's Creed. I think that was Syndicate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of loot to collect, Devin.
There is. There is a lot of loot. By the way, I did have one box. I know it's the game, but I did have one box where it said to hide in, but the box had no textures.
I've not experienced that yet on the Xbox, so
yeah, but the thing is, though, it's so big, and I've only seen that in one box, so it's like the texture hadn't loaded. Well, it was there, but the texture was blurry, so obviously it hadn't loaded properly.
So Assassin's Creed has surpassed 1 million players less than 24 hours from launch. That's pretty cool.
1 million players. That's good.
Well, they can't say sales anymore, can they? Because they have the Ubisoft Plus membership.
Yeah.
So now they're going on the MAU metric as well.
Which makes sense because you want to promote your contract service as well. In the Creed Tradition, I don't know yet. Yeah, I played Syndicate, Devin. I have it. I think that was one of the last Assassin's Creed games I played, though. I think that was one of my last ones. Actually, are you looking forward to Gears 3 Remastered on your PlayStation? Yes. I don't want it to be on my PlayStation because I feel like it's one of those franchises that should be staying on Xbox. But yes, if I'm going to be honest, yes, I am. Gears of War is probably one of the best third-person shooter games that has ever existed. So, of course, I'm going to look forward to Gears of War.
You're just trying to get unbanned.
No, it really is.
You are just trying to get unbanned right now, ain't you?
He didn't even ban me in the first place.
But you're just trying to make sure he doesn't ban you for the next show.
And I'll be honest, it is one of the best first-person shooter games out there.
Oh, right. So it's not the best. Okay.
I mean,
Is that what you're trying to say?
What would I don't know what I would consider deepest though.
But not Gears.
I don't know. No, I don't know if I would. Out of the games I've played, it probably is the best. I'm not gonna lie.
2D.
Like
I've played
Uncharted is
Lost
good,
Crown.
but I've never played that.
Just be glad you can't change your name. You can't change your name with
Like-
Discord over.
Why can't I think of any third-party shooter games?
Did you hear about a Twitch
Bad
streamer
fun.
who had 20
Which-
viewers? It's some random female. Her name is
Oh, well.
Queen Gloria RP. And while she had her browser showing when she was reacting to some content, she didn't realize that she hadn't switched the browser properly, and it was actually projecting everything that she was doing. And she went from 20 viewers to like 400 viewers in a second when she clicked the button to say, and she put 400 viewers in.
Oh, I'm
And she
banned.
started viewbotting. She basically viewbotted live on stream, and then she goes, "Oh, there's something wrong
Wow.
with my PC. I don't know what's happening. There's too many people watching me right now. I'm gonna restart OBS because it's doing something wrong."
Wow. That's so stupid. Also, yeah, I have been banned. You're right, Steve. That's weird that there's no. That kind of okay. YouTube, you need to fix that. There's no notification when you've been banned.
Did he actually ban you? What a
Yeah, he did.
for like 10 seconds, I bet.
No, I'm still. I don't know. It never. It gave me no notification at all.
It was probably for like 5 minutes.
Because you're apparently the only third party. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, one of the third person games that I enjoyed was Mass Effect, but I would consider that more of an RPG than I would a third person action game.
No,
Oh, nice, Chris.
Chat, why is there nothing happening in the gaming world? It's literally dead. Like, there is no news at all.
I mean, not long now until the Switch 2, right?
Yeah, that's going to be like, hey, we got the Switch too. It's a me, Mario. Nintendo, don't sue me. It's a me. I like a lasagna.
It's a me.
Wait, someone's at the door. Might be Nintendo.
Paul says, I've been banned by Reforce, DCG, MBG, and the amazing Lucas. Beat that. I
No,
don't
I
even
would've-
know who two of those are. Can't read it.
I'm really tempted to get an ultra wide monitor. They look so good.
I've seen some pictures. Yeah.
But they're so expensive as well, but totally worth it.
Yeah. And also, Gortsy, don't forget the amazing shadow drop of Oblivion that people seem to think is going to happen.
Oh, look at that. Instead of Bruno being here watching the stream, he's off playing Back for Blood. The disrespect.
That game's still alive.
Oh, shit. That's mean.
No, seriously, isn't it? That game's quite old, right?
A few years.
I thought it was older than that.
I heard they're working on a second one.
Oh, it was only 2021. For some reason, I thought it was older than that. I thought it was like 2019. Reduce your sentence. Wait, you said my sentence was 998 years, but then you've reduced my sentence to 998 years.
I mean, at least you can see the light at the end of a very, 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 very long tunnel.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the very.
Yeah, we're Time Lords. That's just, yeah. Shenmue 1 and 2, nice. I'm still annoyed that I backed Shenmue 3 and never played it.
Shenmue 3, that was on a Kickstarter, wasn't it? Because I'm pretty sure I got it on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I backed the Kickstarter quite a lot.
It's so sad that it didn't actually do well. Well, what do you expect? It was exclusive to PlayStation.
It wasn't that good.
It was exclusive to PlayStation, that's why it didn't do bad. I mean, it didn't do good.
No, it wasn't. Don't think it was, right?
It was exclusive to PlayStation. Sony funded it, so it's exclusive, and that's why it did bad.
No, it's on Windows. I thought it was on Xbox.
Windows.
Oh no, it's on Xbox.
No,
never mind.
Hey, Lion.
Imagine if it had been backed by Sega. Like it should have.
Yeah, but apparently it did so bad that the studio that was.
Well, yeah, because they wanted a new trilogy, right? They wanted to make a new trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I think he said there was like another 2 or 3, at least 2 games to finish the story.
Yeah.
And so it's like, finish the damn story, man. You're not gonna get another chance. But no.
Oh.
Literally all the news is about Assassin's Creed.
Well, I'm gonna go make a drink while we wait.
Go for it. By the way, chat, how's the audio sound? Good, bad for the stream? I'm currently playing Night Trap on my PlayStation 5, PS4 remake. It's not compatible with your PS5? What do you mean? Nah, you can hear the stream. Nah, Shenmue 3 isn't on Xbox yet. Look, some of you are saying it's good, some of you are saying it's bad. You should hear the stream. Alright, cool. Sweet! But yes, and I have been looking. I've been wanting to like. It's been just dry. Gaming news has been dry. No one is screwing up. Atelier Yumiya comes out soon, right? I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? Anyone gonna pick up Atelier Yumiya or even try the demo? A new industry report suggests that the vast majority of players' time is still spent on older games. According to the report, 67% of the total playtime on PC in 2024 was spent playing games that are 6 years old or more. Told you, Steve, I was right. I said 10 years.
That's because PC players don't want to buy games.
Monster Hunter begs to differ. Baldur's Gate begs to differ. Black Myth Wukong begs to differ. Palworld begs to differ. I've run out of games now.
Chili is having a poo. No, I went to go make a cup of tea, and I've got a fudge bar. Cadbury's fudge bar.
Fudge.
Yeah, Helldivers as well.
Yeah,
we don't know that Corsi yet. There's a huge chance.
A huge chance of what?
The Shadows did better on PC.
I suspect
Again,
it did.
I don't want to say they have. I don't want to say they have until we actually get numbers, but I would be shocked if it hasn't.
I don't think we'll ever get numbers, right?
No, we won't. But people will try and use science and maths to work.
You can't do that anymore. This is the thing. You can't anymore because the moment you introduce a subscription service, that muddies the water completely. You know, at what point does every subscription now count as a sale? Even though it's a third of the price. But here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Well, I guess I gotta go, guys.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Xbox is making an appearance with South of Midnight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts of the Future Game Show Spring Showcase, Jennifer English and Nolan North.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Future Game Show Spring Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you probably know me best as God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world, aka Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pleasure to be here in
Actually, didn't know.
How would you describe it?
I know you from Wuthering Waves.
Ominous auditorium to get you all up to speed with the latest video game news, though, as you can see, I won't be braving this journey alone, as I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Thank you, Jennifer. But alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes, it is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan
It's
Drake,
English.
Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking all the jobs I used to get. I'm the host of one of these shows, I think. I need to do something about that guy.
Murder.
Not salty at all.
But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes,
Go Ben
we
Starr.
are laser focused on introducing you
He's
to
a lovely
new
guy
generation
when I met him.
of great games.
Oh, you
You
met
can
him?
expect plenty of gameplay
Yeah.
trailers and a series
Cool.
of presentations from some of our industry's brightest
There was at the mill
developers.
before
And there's also going to be some
before
world premieres,
FanFest.
which will be
There was a load of
revealed
voice
to
actors
us
and a
through
few
today's
content
show.
creators having a
No
meal
harm in a little
before
mystery,
FanFest.
don't you think?
Never. Speaking of which, we've got one to kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good people waiting. This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's.
Paul, that's smart using the word nearly. That's good.
Is this the game that they've been making for the past 20 years? Or the one that PlayStation has signed them up for?
Well, we'll find out when it's a story-based game.
I mean, that dinosaur might have a story to it. This is the
Okay.
game they've been working on. They've been working on a multiplayer game for a while.
Nice. Well,
No.
hopefully they'll get money for it.
They're not going to get money for this. Actually, they will. PC crowd love this.
I mean, this looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sold.
Not me. Lost Rift.
Ah, it's PC only.
Okay, now
Never
we're
mind.
cooking. That was
You
your
lost me.
first look at Lost Rift,
Hey,
which
Remy.
is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right now and join the Lost Rift Discord for more information. Now, Jen, I feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and it's all about the character I'm playing in the game, which is now on this giant screen behind me.
Wow.
I cannot wait for you all to hear how her story unfolds, but for now, here's an introduction to your new favourite character in video games ever, Maya.
Do you know, every time she speaks, I see the character from Wuthering Waves.
Not the way it is for you.
I'm good, man. I'm good, Remy. How's you?
Please, more ready to go than you are.
I mean, this is a console game.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here. The dance begins.
This game just
turn-based
looks
game,
sick.
right?
Yeah, it's turn-based. With a bit of control, where you can do extra hits with button prompts.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks insanely good, man. I get those PlayStation button prompts out of it.
Finesse and grace.
Let's go, PlayStation Battle Prompts.
And that could technically be an Xbox One too. We've got X as well.
Yeah, that could be Xbox.
How can you keep going like nothing happened?
Honestly,
I'm good. Yeah. Ooh. Damn,
Yes,
this next
really
month
sick.
I'm tempted now.
her voice being used in
Love
so
to
many
see it. That
places
was a
in so
closer
many
look at
games.
Jen's character,
She's
Mael,
exploded quite
in
well.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on April the 24th. So not long to go now. I do hope you get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will.
Day one
comment
on Game
this
Pass, of course.
Okay, hard pivot away.
I like these
Now, as we've got
dudes
the
paying
next
have to
$70
buy
for
it
it.
with my money.
behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's
I just
closer
get it as
look
part
at
of my
Animal
service.
Use Protocol.
With trepidation, this place wrong, this place not right.
You say that about every place.
With insistence, wrong, smell bad.
Smells the same to
With
me.
urgency, move, now under, hide.
Okay. If this
With
isn't
growing impatience, be quiet.
I haven't seen anything about Judas, Rabbi. That game kind of went quiet. Judas just went complete silent. I'm guessing we'll see something
And
in
yeah.
the summer. Bioshock? Wannabe?
Portal Shock.
Yeah, so I was thinking a bit of Portal. Now all you need is a Xeno to pop out, and that's it. Everyone loses their mind. Oh, is that gonna... Come on,
Okay.
all you need is a Xeno.
And not the streamer. The alien.
Oh yes.
You're
Okay.
sure this is the right way.
With indignation, pathfinding, very good.
That rat has a mic on its ass.
Yeah, what's with that rat?
Run. Paralyzed terror.
What about
This actually looks good.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Look, you don't have to tell me to run. I will be running anyway.
You should
He's like-
run.
he's-
Really? Really?
Dude, he's actually getting me anxious just by him saying run.
Animal Use Protocol is coming soon to PC, so stick it on your wish list.
I'm actually getting anxious just listening to him saying run.
Tamagotchi rat.
What was that?
Now, as we learned earlier this year, Capcom's cult classic samurai series.
I have no
Onimusha
idea, Rabbi.
is making
I mean,
a
it could
major
appear
comeback.
here.
And
It's a
thankfully,
show that
for those
would
of
have
us
it.
who
Doubt
want to
it.
catch up,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
say no.
remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny.
I mean, Judas
on
isn't
the
exactly a
horizon.
AAA
Here's an
game.
inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochist.
One hit kill. Oh, well, I'm out.
Onimusha.
Samurai's Destiny. Hell mode.
The name says it's all, really. Hell is an extremely hard difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart.
Well, Souls gamers are gonna love this.
I haven't been able to complete it myself yet,
What?
but some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see
We
if
made
they
this
can get
game. By the
through.
way, we can't complete it. Please enjoy.
Rabbi, I don't know if it'll
The
appear.
original
I said
game
I don't know.
was the first time I was
It could, it
informed
could
not.
of the
No.
direction. So
The
it
other
has
guy
a
said no.
special place in my heart.
But he's a pony. No one
and
listens
this
to him.
remaster brings a lot of
Yeah.
tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, We've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start.
But don't start on hell
Especially
mode.
since the first game is
That'd be
available
dumb.
too.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
I'd
Big
love
B Money,
everyone
this
to
has actually
experience
started
the
off
world
really well.
of Onimusha and explore every nook and cranny. So I look forward to your support.
Can you turn up the volume to the video? Yeah.
Capcom's remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is coming to PC and consoles on May 23rd, later this year.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitro Gen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favorite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
Okay, I like the art. This has got me interested. I like this.
This is India, it's fun, right?
Okay. I'm getting like Power Rangers vibes.
No, I'm still waiting to see a single Kirito in here. I'm not asking for much.
I'm getting Power Rangers vibes from all this.
Nitro Gen Omega.
Gen Omega.
A love letter to shonen anime, Nitro Gen Omega is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game. It's the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Well, this is for PlayStation.
They're remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
I'm afraid not.
Final Fantasy 7?
They did that already.
Divinity Original Sin 2?
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a
Wait, she's in Final Fantasy
JRPG
7?
from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea.
Yeah,
what
go
you
to. I'm
just
thinking
said,
of the
but I am
Megazord
intrigued.
battles more than anything.
Wait, Jennifer English is in 7? Is she Aerith?
Hi, I'm Lucas Emmanuel,
And I'm Jacob Dominic.
and we're two members of CoinDrop Games, making the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of
Chilling.
all time.
Who is she in Final Fantasy 7?
Remake of the
Eric.
end
Who
of
was
the
that
greatest
again?
RPG of all time.
Jennifer
It's
English.
a faithful recreation of the last hour
don't
of
think she was
everyone's
Eric,
favorite
right?
RPG.
I don't
You know,
know. She
that one we all
said
know.
stop naming games you're in.
You'll start this remake at 99% complete.
I didn't know
in the
she was in
middle of
there.
a dungeon with an inventory.
don't think
Terminator
she is. I'm looking
Survivors.
at that right now.
Terminator could appear here.
Saving for the next boss.
Maybe.
Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, and Divine
You
Invitation.
somehow
and
aren't
she has-
remembering
I
the
don't-
greatest RPG
No, she's
of all
been in
time. That's okay.
7.
This remake includes the original game's manual,
Pragmata, probably not. That seems to be in development. hell at
director's
the moment.
commentary,
And the game's director had to translate this part of the game entirely by hand using
was
a
not in
Japanese
7.
to English dictionary.
She wasn't,
and
right?
even clips of an unreleased
No,
document.
I was looking at.
I never loved anything that
voice
much.
no.
And the only way we're going to
But
get
she was
that
in all the
again
other
is by
games,
staying
so-
exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features.
I mean, the
deductive
greatest
reasoning,
RPG
and a
of all
little bit
time, everyone
thinking
knows, is Pac-Man.
to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
I mean, Pac-Man did have an RPG game. It's had several.
Even the most
Be for real.
basicest form of Pac-Man is an RPG.
I mean, in the broadest term, RPG just means role-playing game. You're role-playing Pac-Man, so therefore.
Yeah, but
technically
every
game's an
time,
RPG.
yeah, but you can get power-ups that actually make you stronger.
Yeah,
See?
and you get bonus points by consuming fruit. What is the greatest RPG of all time?
We're
Final
still hard
Fantasy
at
9.
work on this recreation of this all-time classic, but
I've
I
got all
don't
the
actually
design.
know.
I downloaded all the design documents.
That's
I don't know if they got deleted. I downloaded all the design documents for the anime for 9.
What would be your greatest RPG of all time?
9.
9.
Yeah.
I think mine would have to be 10. 10 was perfect.
The remake of the end of the
I actually
greatest
prefer 10
RPG
too
of
over
all
10.
time. Yes, that is the title. Lands on PC later this year with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now, I think
10 had a
we
better
have
story.
another world premiere.
Okay, there we
Yes,
go.
we do. This one's an isometric survival game based
The battle
on a
system
comic by
in
Kyle Starks.
10 was
I
better.
hate this place.
Well,
10
you
had a
can
better
believe whatever
story.
you like.
Okay.
I'd argue better
No,
characters.
It's actually
But 10-2 gameplay was really
What
good.
the game was the greatest RPG of all time. That was the name. The greatest RPG of all time.
Oh, wow. They love themselves a little bit, don't they?
Those
Ooh, broken
monsters
mirror.
only exist in your head, they said. Great material
This looks
for
cool.
your art.
Forest Rains? It
They actually
could appear.
believed them
There's a chance.
until that night.
Basically, anything that's
Feels like I've walked straight into
Indie
one of
A
my
or AA has a chance to appear. Anything that's AAA probably won't. Which is why this is going to be a really good show.
Yeah, there might be one AAA game as the show ends, but that's the most if it happens. Which I don't think.
Base horrors. See, why do they have to have spiders? Yeah,
I
I
hate
know.
this place.
I hate this place too. It's got spiders.
But spiders are useful, they
I
get rid
hate
of
this
flies.
place. It's coming
Do you know what?
later this year.
Xenosaga
In the
is a
meantime, put it on
fantastic
your wish
series. The second one was a
Now
cash
for an
in.
update
It was a
on
filler.
puzzle platformer where you tangle
But
with
the first and the
strangest
third one were really good.
Here's the release
It's a
date
shame that they
trailer
didn't
for Once
continue it.
Upon a Puppet.
Oh no, GTA 6 ain't coming here. No way in hell. No chance.
Yeah, imagine GTA 6 here.
No chance. That's going to be its own presentation.
Yeah.
They want all that revenue.
Yeah.
Cosmos was amazing in Xenosaga.
Oh, spiders
Oh,
are
have you,
important.
Shinzo? It feels a little loud, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a bit loud.
Just gonna put it down a little bit.
Cute and creepy. That was Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 23rd.
Let's keep things moving with a trailer for a sequel 5 years in the making. Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
That's awesome, Shinzo.
The Shamalama's Ding Dong Academy presents the
Ding
Ding
Dong.
Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine.
Oh, I want that.
The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can co-op train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 Power Pack programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including Crash Test Dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious. Ding Dong, you're dead. Selfie Scout, snap
What the
more
hell
selfies,
is
snapping
this?
stunning selfies.
I don't know.
Primo locale. Product
But this
tester
is
will
way too
observe me
cringe.
Testing experimental Grot X on space creatures.
I've never felt more angry in my life.
STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges. Complete all 4 tasks and you can keep that.
This is definitely got to be a PlayStation. No, this has to be a PlayStation
Crash Test
exclusive.
Dummy. Clock clicks with your Chamois Lock Gold Lame spacesuit. Bedazzle your likes with each side-splitting device.
What year is this, though? I feel like I've traveled back to, like, the early 2000s.
Product tester, reporting any burns, crashes, or mutations. STV Cribs. It looks like a bad motel.
But you're bragging
I mean,
about
now
it now, Shinzo.
Now you a dig dog. Feed it up, Shelly, to the extreme.
And it's on Xbox, and it's 10% off on Steam.
Well, that was
I didn't see anything.
interesting.
You can't prove it.
Revenge of the Savage Planet is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
This is Anaya, Life After Gods, an action platformer where you chart
This
the
is
ruins
good.
of an alien civilization.
Not because it's a waifu, but it's actually a good game.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's Metroidvania. You
Anything
know,
could be a good game compared to what we just watched.
The gods are dead, but
I'm getting Hades vibes.
we try to survive in their world.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Hades vibes from this.
Yeah, this is a Metroidvania stuff. Yeah.
Don't coach for me.
I played, when Steam had their Fan Fest, Steam Fest, or Next Fest, whatever it's called. This was one of the games that I tried out.
Nice.
It plays really well.
Anaya Life After Gods is coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can check out the demo on Steam right now. In fact, you can find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Jen, you were telling me earlier about this next one, so please take it away.
Into your search engine,
The best way I can describe this is that it's like Alien Isolation, with co-op and velociraptors.
Clever girl.
It's Death Ground.
Da-na-na-na-na. But they can call it whatever they want. It's always going to be called the Jurassic Park.
And plus, is it really isolation when it's co-op?
I mean, the four of you could be isolated, not talking to each other.
That's fair.
Do you know what? I would so throw a brick at that cage if I was playing this co-op. If you could do that, I would do it. What? They're hiding inside the things. Mate, if that bites your hand, you lose your hand.
Yeah, you're dead already.
T-Rex! Surprise, mom!
Enjoy.
That was like, surprise, mom!
I like the name, though. The name is cool.
Okay, Death Ground is coming to PC later this year, so make sure it's on your wish lists.
Okay, we're breaking things up with our next section, which is a Future Game Show staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us two mainly, ones to watch in 2025.
And first up, we've got
And
Kingmakers.
I bet they're in them.
They're all rubbish.
Siege simulator where you drive pickup trucks
I bet
through
they're
cavalry
all
fields
rubbish.
in medieval England. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Okay. Anachronistic Siege Simulator, Anachronistic Siege Simulator, congratulations, I think I
What?
sprained my tongue.
Kingmakers. Huh?
It's like Dynasty
Hello,
Warriors,
I'm
but
Ian
with
Fitch,
cars.
Redemption Road Games, makers of Road Redemption and the upcoming Kingmakers. In Kingmakers, you travel
That's a
back
good
to the
grenade
year
launcher.
1401 to help the real-life Welsh
What?
rebel Owain Glendower conquer.
Medieval times.
In reality, his
AK.
Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So,
Man's
in
taking a
1401
spit.
England, you could use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers.
We're helping the Welsh.
Everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are
Everything
all
is
simulated.
real.
Furthermore, all buildings are
Except
fully
for that
navigable
person.
and fully destructible.
Oh, that is cool.
Thousands of
that's
soldiers
cool.
can navigate complex multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity you'd expect from a modern first-person shooter.
Hey,
Originally,
gaming.
we thought Kingmakers was going to be a cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right.
Yes.
No,
Medieval
right?
battles
You would
involve
lose.
thousands of soldiers, so we're
Mate, he's
gonna
got
simulate
grenades too.
thousands of soldiers. And this isn't like
Yeah, but
Dynasty
you're gonna
Warriors, where
lose
soldiers
eventually,
kind of
right?
spawn into existence
Not if I have
as you
infinite
approach them.
bullets.
In Kingmakers, they're always
Yeah,
there,
but
running their AI.
You're going
all the
back in
time.
time. You're not going to have infinite
Furthermore,
bullets.
we realized that a game with this scope, the player would want
You're
to be
gonna
able to
run out of
command his
bullets once
armies
your
and
clip is
fortify
out
his
and
own
you've
outposts.
got-
Have you
You've got
not
one
seen
grenade.
a single Commando
It's not
movie?
something completely unique. A shooter with
No.
real-time strategy elements that rival Age of Empires.
You should.
And shooting gameplay
They
that
never
rivals
run
Helldivers
out of
and Space
ammo.
Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game.
And when they do run out of ammo, there's always an
Every
upgrade
building,
right next to
castle,
them,
wall, and tree in
conveniently,
Kingmakers is
waiting to
fully
be picked up.
destructible.
That's even
You can
bigger.
blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an airstrike, or maybe even demolish it with a tank.
Okay, that will take out the army.
And none of the destruction is scripted either.
What are they
It's
gonna
all
do?
dynamic,
Chisel it
courtesy
with
of
the
Unreal 4's
spears?
fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We experimented with Unreal 5.1 and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics.
Charge,
Finally,
man!
we're excited
We've
to share
got
that
this.
you and up to 3 friends
But it's
can
coming
lead their own
towards us,
armies
and
alongside
everything we
yours
do doesn't
and join
affect
in
it.
on your conquest of
Carve
lands
your
in online
names.
co-op. This is the
Live
full
on.
campaign, full online co-op, no compromises. This means 4 players fielding armies of thousands, building their own fortifications and buildings, and attacking enemy bases.
This is fun, though.
Either
I'm not
on
gonna
their
lie.
own side of the map
This
or
does look fun.
alongside you. We
Yeah, this
really
just
wanted
looks
to make
like
sure
those
that
games
all
where you're just
4
gonna sit
players
down
feel
and just-
just as responsive to play as.
There's
as if
nothing
they were all
other than
playing
just
a
being
single player
playing
game,
just
or as if they
stupid.
were each playing as the host
Checking
player,
out if you
even
can
your
survive.
playing is not great.
This would be a
Kingmakers is
good
coming
stream
to
game.
PC Early Access, and
Do you know what this
hopefully
reminds me
to
of?
all major consoles. We'll have more to share.
Have
about
you
the
seen
game
those
later in 2025.
YouTube
In the
videos where they
meantime,
say,
please wish
if we
this
had a
Kingmakers
million
on Steam.
dinosaurs
Thanks for
against
watching, and enjoy
10
the rest of the
million
show.
troops, who would win? Someone took that idea
No,
and made it into a game.
Thank
Right,
you
we'll
so
take
much
that.
to the team at Redemption Road for that closer look at Kingmakers, a game which isn't even out yet, but already has a live-action movie in the works.
I'm already on the phone with my agent
Oh, okay.
to play the pickup truck.
Tarnished, you're not wrong.
Anyway, I think it's time for another world premiere. So grab your friends, your VR headsets,
World
and your mobile
premiere.
phones for some reason.
World
Don't worry,
premiere.
it'll make sense soon.
Man, I missed when Microsoft stuff used to say world premiere.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future. And we need you to keep it running.
VR.
You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols, a jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready.
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may
Yet.
be challenging.
Okay.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you. I can see you.
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy,
One
a
day,
replacement installer
0
will continue your
days.
work.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's
You know,
important
fun
work
fact?
possible. Because
During,
our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on.
I'd say between
them
December
from getting out.
and
Elsewhere Electric,
the whole of December
a
and
puzzle
January,
game powered by 2.
me and my kids were holding days without incident
That was your first look at Elsewhere
in terms of
Electric, a cooperative
cars having an
puzzle
accident
game
or something
where
in this
players
area.
work together to
I think we
explore
got to
an
a
abandoned
maximum of
facility.
4
Don't try
days
that at
in those
home,
2
I'm pretty
months.
sure it's illegal. It's coming
Wow.
to PC, VR, iOS, and Android.
And yeah, I'm
later
not
this year.
surprised.
All right, this next one's for all
My
you
kid's
impudent
teacher at
insects.
his college, because he was
You
going
haven't
late
heard,
because
the
of
cult
it,
classic immersive sim
was getting
System
thing,
Shock
and so he
2
recorded
is getting a
it going,
definitive remaster
days
from
without
the
incident,
Night Dive Studio.
back to 0, and then I showed him the accident on the video. He thought we were joking. Psych! And then she turned around and told my son that your dad's a bigger baby than you. But not baby, man
Ooh,
child.
what's this?
Where we grow our future. Our weapons fail.
Hey, you're just covering the news. Nothing wrong with that.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your
Nope.
individuality.
That was not wifey material.
Don't you wish you joined us? Would you then feel so alone?
Why does this? No. Sorry, by horror.
Oh, System Shock?
Yeah.
Wasn't this already released?
Maybe it's been re-released again.
The influence Sony's having on these companies is crazy.
The remaster coming soon.
That's what I thought, Paul. But apparently, this is the redone version?
Oh, this is a sequel.
System
It's
Shock 2.
2010.
Yeah. System Shock. And it's coming for everything, even the Switch. Oh,
You
damn.
heard it here first, folks. The System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster launches on June 26th, 2025.
And speaking of good old games, you may have heard about the recently launched preservation program from our friends at GOG. It's a commitment
You know, it's
from one of the
bothering me
industry's
now.
foremost digital
Chili, can you
sources
see what
to
character she
maintain
voices
and
in
preserve classic video games for future generations.
Woowa?
A noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already
I
part
know
of
I
the
have the
program alongside
character.
other
I just
golden
cannot
oldies
put the name
like
to
Alpha
it.
Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in.
Is she in Woowa?
So, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
For the Spring Showcase, we've partnered with
You said
GOG to
Jennifer
reveal
English,
some
right?
more
Yeah.
titles that are coming to
She's
focus.
literally my strongest character in the game.
Maybe one of your
She melts
nostalgic
everything.
favorites will pop up.
And I'll be in it.
Carletta?
Carlota, that's
Sometimes it just takes a single sound, sentence,
The heir to the Montelli family.
quick glimpse to awaken that.
That is
emotion,
where I know
a
her from.
warm feeling that
Oh,
brings
she
back
did
all the
voice
memories of
Aerith? You're
times
right.
When all the problems didn't matter. It was just you.
Oh, she did?
As a superhero, fighter, racer,
Supposedly?
knight, waiting to conquer the world.
I saw someone say
Games
did,
are part
but
of you, us. They're a part of culture, part of what makes us human. Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations behind them risk being lost forever. How can we ensure everyone can play games today, tomorrow, and for years to come?
Game
Devs
Pass.
share the source codes, artwork, and even collectibles that you own with museums.
Mate,
so
kids
they
don't even know what a floppy disk
Gamers,
is today.
Play these games and talk about them. Make them live forever. Vote and share your gaming stories on GOG Dreamlist to help bring more games to the GOG Preservation Program. Games within the
She
program are
certainly
maintained
melts
by us and guaranteed to always work on modern computers. We've already future-proofed more than 100 titles. Today, we are happy to say that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You can play all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
You know, I still need to play the Tomb Raider games. I played the first remake. I think I played the second one, but that's all I played. I need to finish it. I really enjoyed the first one. Wait. Stormlight, you're joking, right? Shinzo, I know she plays Shadowheart, but I know her from Wuthering Waves. I didn't really play Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 was so good, but I wish I'd finished it.
GOG.com to peruse the expanded
I don't know, I just couldn't get into
preservation
it.
library. We've also collaborated
I did
on
try
the
it.
GS
I spent
Team
like,
sale,
you
which
know,
can find by heading
7
to
minutes on there, I
I'm
think.
hoping they drop. I'm hoping they drop the
Okay,
crossplay
at this point, you're
patch
probably
soon.
thinking, Nolan
That's what I'm
North,
waiting
why
for.
are you on the balcony? Where's Jennifer? Well, I'm going to be honest.
Paul, stop saying
I'm
horrible
not so
things
sure
about
myself,
me.
But we're about to throw it out to a series of back-to-back trailers while I
And not
look
Chili. Oh no! I feel so offended.
way down.
Oh no!
Jen?
Look, it's okay. He
Jennifer?
doesn't even know who I am.
Anyone?
We all know why the walls around our
capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced.
This has
by
a very
shadows
similar art style
and
to
the
Ender
terrors
Lilies.
that lurk within them.
The problem I have with that animation
in the divine one
is that I know it's going to have, you know, latency. It's going to impact the latency. Rather, instead of it being 2D where it's instant, the animation is going to get me killed so many times.
Inquisitor, a word.
Storm, so you know what a floppy disk is, but have you ever heard of a zip drive?
Oh, you've never tried one before? Well, they were kings for storage. They could store 1.4 megabytes.
I didn't know they were making a game for Steve.
Yo, Steve! Your game, it's on! There's Marcus Phoenix. There's Dom. He can't ban me. I'm the admin. Yeah, she plays Carlota.
I think I saw it in that house before the PC. So
I missed the skill tree? What skill tree?
Steve Bus Stop. Wish list now.
Dr. Svetlov, let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty. Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
What the hell is this?
XCOM.
Huh.
RTS.
Team UX.
Getting this fixed up.
They are coming.
They are coming.
Never seen anything like this before. Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky,
okay,
he'll show himself.
This has its audience. It's just not me.
No. I'll never forget. What is it? I can't take XCOM seriously because one of the content creators I used to watch a long time ago got kicked out of E3 because of an interview that he did with them once.
Did you hear Tectone got banned from Twitch?
I'm sure he's been unbanned by the time we said this. But yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Do you know why?
No.
He watched an episode of Solo Leveling.
Wow.
That's what they banned him for.
This would be good on my VA. Paul is one of the greatest. Yeah, it was. You know when that XCOM first-person shooter game came out?
Mm-hmm.
He came out of the interview and just pointed at the poster and went, "Betrayed! Betrayed!" And anyway, he kept shouting it out and then he got kicked out of the show.
Oh, thank God I made it.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
It's okay. I'm sorry. That just took so long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay, what's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And backyard
Okay, I like this already.
Do you know, where do people come up with these ideas?
I mean, Hello Neighbor was already a franchise.
No, I get that, but with pigeon poop? Like, where do you come up with these ideas? Like, what do you have to be taking in order to actually, at that time, to come up with a creative idea like this? What drug?
I mean, it's just taking the idea of airstrikes and turning it into pigeons, and then.
I'm sorry, you must have. Whoever came up with this idea has to be on something. Normal people don't come up with these ideas. And the best part is, this game is going to be, it's going to go viral. This is going to go viral.
I actually want to play this. Please be on
I know you
PlayStation.
do. That's why I said it's going to go viral. This is
Oh my
exactly
god,
the
Ghost
type of
Simulator
game
is
my,
so good with it. I need to buy the remaster. You know,
my
the Ghost
son
Simulator
and
got remastered, right?
For what?
PlayStation 5, PC and PlayStation get Similar 1 remastered. I think it's on Xbox as well. Neighbors. Suburban Warfare.
They took Plant vs
PlayStation,
Zombies
PlayStation,
and
PlayStation. Damn it!
try the game now. Ooh, we could try it.
Reaffirm your property boundaries in Neighbors Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access.
Diablo, that's going to be a massive hit.
We've got a developer presentation.
Is it on Game Pass?
Up next. This is
Interesting.
a sandbox RPG where you build a whimsical community of woodland creatures. Very, very cottagecore gay. I'm in.
Adorable.
Hawthorne is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic animals.
It's on Game Pass, Chitty.
Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters.
Oh, Ghost Simulator Remastered on
Celebrate
Game
the
Pass.
season's
Okay.
traditions.
Oh.
Farm, craft, and explore
You let me down,
an
Ghosty.
ever-changing world bigger than the small creature you play. Bringing this nostalgic world to life has been a long-term dream for us, and we're thrilled to be doing it.
I kind of thought it
I
was
still remember
you,
buying the Ghost Simulator
Kona.
3 collector's edition that came with a physical.
Hawthorne will leverage
With
our
the
experience
JH.
making some of the world's most beloved RPGs to establish a new genre that blends the emergent fun of sandbox games with a charming simulation of village life.
Apparently the demo is
It's a
like
fantasy
6
home you
hours
can keep
long.
returning to.
JH
Oh wow.
for
The different
Atelier
label
Yumia, so I'm going to
species
try that
have
out
asymmetrical
first.
abilities and limitations. You, your friends, and your NPC followers must work together
Let it
to complete
be
jobs around the
special
village.
skill. But yeah, I do want to give it a try.
Differentiated species, together with our procedural storytelling, combine to make each player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
We're a small team of experienced developers bringing Hawthorne to life as a true passion project. This game is currently self-funded to keep creativity at
Hawthorne
its
sounds
heart.
familiar. Also,
And
why am I
now,
yawning?
with our incredible community,
See,
we
here's the
have
thing,
the
right?
chance to build something unique.
I
and
really
memorable.
appreciate the
Join
fact
us
that
on this adventure.
what they're doing,
Follow
right?
and support our Kickstarter. to
I
help us
really do.
bring the
And I think a
nostalgic
lot of
joy
work
that
has
is
definitely
Hawthorne
gone
to the
into
world.
this. And I put
It's
a
the
lot of
stylish
effort
game.
into it. But it's not going to sell. It's
A
not
Kickstarter
going to sell.
campaign
And I feel
for
bad for
Hawthorne
them.
is coming
No, it's
soon,
just
so
not.
Keep
It
an
might.
eye on the
It's
developer's socials for more information.
All right, for the Future Games show.
It'll sell a few
historians out there,
copies.
This next game appeared at the very end of last year's.
But what they
Spring
really
Showcase
need
as our one more thing.
is a really massive streamer, like say someone like Lyric,
Back in my
to
day,
pick it up
Emily and I
Yeah.
hosted the
and
first
play it.
Or Sea Dog.
show.
Yeah,
It was all
and
remote.
you know,
This real
then it will go to
in-person
make it go
stuff.
viral. All it needs is one of them. So they should be giving out those free codes to those
Yeah,
streamers,
when did Uncharted come
and just
out?
hope one of them will take it on.
They tell me 2007.
Yeah, I was definitely still in school.
At least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Okay, this one sounds good. It's made by Bleak Mill. They haven't made a good game yet, but there's always a chance for one, right?
I mean, you lost me with Head Up. I don't think I think of any good Head Up games either.
Night of the Museum. You give me Gum Gum. You Dum Dum. You give me Gum Gum.
Grab my hand. Thanks. Marlene, I need to find a way home. I'm just as stranded as you. God damn it. but there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece.
Deal.
Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place? Before it became this?
It was
I
a
actually
sorting
really like
algorithm
this.
meant to scrape the universe base layer for data. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
Industria 2. This actually looks really good. I really like this.
Defy an insatiable
See,
artificial
Black Hill
intelligence
finally made a game I'm interested in.
which is coming soon to PC,
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
as well as some zombies, because why not?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time Rome has fallen. But I guess it would be the first time it's fallen to zombies.
Hate to be mean, but the reason why horror games are so good with indies is because having less detail means your mind has to make up the stuff, and that can be just as scary as actually seeing it, if not more scary.
This game lost me already. But do you know who will spend hours playing this?
Me? This is really cool.
My kid and his friends. Well, I say my kid, but he's 17 now. But this is literally the games they play all day. Anything like this that's multiplayer. Like there's apparently a, well, not apparently, but there's a PC game called Repo, if you've heard of it. So there's a game called Repo. You might like it, Chili. That's another one that they're playing at the moment. They just pick up these random indie games and
Romestead is
they
a
don't even
survival
care
game
about the
where you
late.
rebuild the
They don't
empire
care about
after the
any
fall of
new
Rome.
game. They don't care about
It's coming
Assassin's
soon, but you can
Creed. They
sign
don't
up
care
for
about
Romestead.
Avowed. They don't care about any of
All right,
those games.
Ready up for our second
Not
ones
Final
to watch.
Fantasy,
This time,
nothing.
We're checking in with Compulsion
They just play
Games'
those indie
Deep
games.
South action adventure
Because they just want to have fun with their friends.
Hello, I'm Whitney.
Marvel
and
will
I'm
probably
director.
save itself for the summer
Hey, I'm Zaire,
showcase.
and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games. Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South. So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother
I'm
gets
surprised
swept
this is
away
here.
in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have
Oh, I'm
like,
gonna
their
play
own
this on
issues
Game
that she
Pass.
helps them solve.
Why not?
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, you know, pretty
Yeah,
early
leave,
on in
and
the
it's a lot of
game,
fun. I'm watching them play it,
he's
and
a
it's
pretty
really
important
good.
character.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after we meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji.
You're probably right,
and
Ghosty.
He lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for
33 and Maltese is a good game.
many years. And as you explore that region,
I'm just
you
literally playing too much at the
understand kind
moment.
of, you know, why it's
I'm
been abandoned, what
spreading
happened to
myself too
Benji
thin
when he
now.
became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric.
Just some
off the
Turkish
grid
character
cuisine
that you meet
tonight,
early on.
and
You
this
kinda get to know what
is
their relationship is and
well
what happened. there.
non-fizzy
Welcome to
powdered
try bottling up the pain. But the
uh,
roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an
energy
awesome
drink.
audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special
0
song for
calories.
each of our main
It's good.
creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji his name. He saw things different. He was my shame.
I had
said
pork chops
goodbye.
and jacket
I
potato.
said farewell.
And for drinks, I've got a
took
cup
my
of tea which I've
hammer,
just made, and
my ticket to
distilled lemon and
So
lime
the
water.
music is
I
kinda
actually don't like
done
Touch
in
the Light.
parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story.
Yeah, this is like kind of Bridge of
and then
Spirit.
when you
30
unlock,
for Immortals,
most
can
of
you
the
live stream
context,
it?
you'll have a final either a
possibly at
boss
some
fight
point.
or an encounter
At the
with
moment,
creature,
I'm
and during that final encounter,
playing
like with
Assassin's
Benji, when
Creed,
you're
so I'm
climbing the
gonna
tree,
be
you'll
streaming
hear
that
the
a little
full
bit
song.
more. And Atelier is the next one. Probably after that.
He saw things different. He was my shame.
South of Midnight launches on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and it's also going to be day 1 on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends,
bet everyone
pre-order,
was
wish list,
waiting for
really
that
get the word
beat.
out there.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show.
South of Midnight is coming to PC and Xbox on the 8th of April and will be on Xbox Game Pass from day 1. Shout out to Compulsion Games for giving us a window into that world. Better yet, you can see more from South of Midnight in our FGS Live from GDC post show, which directly follows this broadcast, so stick around.
Okay, now we're venturing into the haunted landscapes of Pioneer next. It's a stalker-like MMO first-person shooter set in a dark, alternate reality.
Stalker already a dark alternate reality.
It is.
Okay.
But here's the thing, once you've got one game that's successful, then everyone wants to make very similar games. And then you flood the market and then no one cares about them. We already have Metro, you don't need any more.
We have wanted it to end this way. We offer our sincere condolences.
It's not dark alter enough, says Gorthy.
It's supposed to be an hour long.
All you need to know is that we're going to have an incredibly fun time together.
111 minutes? Okay. So almost 2 hours. I read somewhere it's supposed to be an hour long. That's cool, Woodpit. Hey chat, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe.
Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events.
You know it makes sense, right?
The general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here,
I don't know, I'm
everything
just
is
not
flipped.
sold on this game.
Our informant is weird. Our enemies are weird. The same goes for you too.
I'm not sold on it.
That was gameplay for the incredible-looking Pioneer, which is coming to PC in 2025. What have we got next, Jennifer?
Well, we're taking a trip to 19th century Brazil to check out a cell-shaded roguelike called Hell Clock.
Doesn't Atomfall have base building? I swear I saw Atomfall having base building. So this is right up Taz's street. These are the only games that Taz likes.
Yeah, there's been a rise of roguelikes recently, right? Probably again due to Hades. Hate to be me, but probably due to Hades.
Yeah, the problem is these are easy to make, right?
Yeah.
They're cheap and cheerful to make, so everyone's flooding the market hoping to get a one-hit
easy,
wonder.
should we say? It's still a video game.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be the difficulty
Set
that
your
would be,
alarms because
say,
Hellfire is
Halo
coming
or
soon
The
to
Last
PC.
of Us, or
There's also a demo
I don't know,
available on
an
Steam,
MMO
so
or
go
something
check it
like
out
that.
after the show.
Let's push things forward.
But
with a
I just want to
completely
make
different game.
people know it's
One
still
that
difficult to
asks
make
you
games,
be the
kind of.
MVP in PvP vehicular combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no idea.
The fact that you know what Care Bears is, Steve, is very telling. Because I know
Right.
you care. You care.
Steve cares too much.
This reminds me of Destruction All Stars.
Yeah. Well, and as I said, Twisted Metal. It's like the safer word Twisted Metal, in my opinion. The art style reminds me of
Rocket League?
Rocket League, that was it, yeah.
Hover League.
Rivals Hover League is coming soon, but you can check out the alpha test on Steam. Time for something
Ooh.
scary, I think. Nolan?
Yes, indeed.
Really?
Let
More
me
horror.
introduce you all to
More horror.
Finding Frankie, a haunted parkour
Oh, Poppy's
game show
Playhouse
starring a
time,
cavalcade of creepy
right?
animatronics.
Yeah.
Here's the latest from the game's developers.
See, I'm down with it. I know the game names.
Let's catch you up to speed on what's been going on.
I didn't know it was like horror filmed version of.
I remember in one Halloween, I played Poppy. I invented a new language. Because no one could decipher what I was saying at the time.
You must have been one of the drunks at the show last night for Jimmy Carr. Like nobody could. People kept shouting out, but they were so drunk that most of the words were so slurred, nobody could work out what the hell they were saying.
Like, why get that drunk for a show that you've been waiting for a year to go to? Or two in your case.
Yeah. Yeah, all you heard was like, "Oh, Jimmy!" And we're like,
Like,
"What?"
you just
Yeah, it's
wasted
like,
time.
"Ah!"
It's a waste of a ticket.
Watch your step when Finding Frankie comes to consoles on April 15th.
Moving swiftly away from that terrifying image. We've got
Is Pioneer
a
available for other
Tell
platforms?
World's entertainment about their beloved medieval warfare simulator.
Just seems like it's on PC at the moment.
Bannerlord.
It'll probably get ported later. If it is, then I don't know. That is strange. Rise 2?
Oh, that'd be cool.
And they ruined the game.
Assassin's Creed. No, it's not Assassin's Creed.
No, it's an RTS.
That was it. God damn it, Age of Empires. That's what I was gonna say. I mean, maybe Ubisoft decides they want to
Hey, Josh.
an RTS. They could do that if they want. Probably not a smart thing they would do, but they could do it if they want.
Look, the only good RTS game is Super Robot Wars. No,
That's a
not
lie.
the...
The only good RTS game is Age of Mythology.
No. I'm not talking about the Robot Wars that's a show in the UK. I'm talking about the anime-based Super Robot Wars that has all the different anime factions coming together. Getter, Robo, Gundam, the works.
Oh, cool.
And what they do in Japan?
I would watch it. I would play an RTS of Robot Wars, from the UK though, if it was voiced by the original.
PSI, Series X, NES. Yep.
What a brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sales expansion, which is coming soon to PC and console.
That sucks,
and
Josh.
Sticking with the seafaring theme, here's the latest on an Unreal Engine 5 sailing adventure inspired by
Oh,
fire.
yeah, they actually
This is Will.
They actually get the original writers from the anime to write to come together to write the plot for Super Robot Wars, because they're all
That's
like
cool.
from different like animes. They all kind of come together and write the plot for it and how it develops.
Yeah. No, it's
And
cool.
what's
Kind of like
even-
the Jump Force games, but with more actual
Yeah.
effort.
And what's even crazier, certain characters you can save them, you can not save them, you can kill them, not kill them, and all of these branch out into different storylines.
Oh, that's cool.
Like in one of the animes, one of the characters die, but you
Yeah.
can actually save that character in the game.
Okay.
And then the actual writer wrote a whole storyline of how the anime series would have went with him alive.
Oh, that's kind of cool and unique. Not many people would put that much effort into something like that.
Yeah, he wrote the whole storyline for it on where it would go. It's like it's really cool stuff like that the attention to you just don't get that nowadays.
Yeah.
Father?
Yes, I have Leaf Storm. I have. Project X Zone was cool, but
Will
it didn't
follow
really
the
hold a
titles coming
candle
in
on
2025 to PC,
the
Xbox,
on
and
Super Robot Wars.
What have you got for us next, Nolan North?
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodle Cat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Okay, this one could be cool.
Good.
Look, it's still got potential.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against
Man,
heavily
those
armored
a lot of these enemies look like they're
armadillos
ripped
who
straight
roll
from Wind
recklessly
Waker.
through your allies.
Yep.
You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however,
Or is
keep
it
their
just me?
distance with ranged
No,
magic
no, it's
blasts.
the same art style.
You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage.
Or BBQ.
Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer
Project
you keep
BBQ.
enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit
What's
the
the other
ground.
one? Blue
Combine
Protocol?
abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing
Did
down
you hear that
mushrooms
might be
and
coming
jump pads,
back
bouncing
after it got
enemies high
cancelled?
into the sky.
Yes.
With the right
Yeah, they've got
combos,
new-
the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine.
New person in charge, right?
Play solo
Yeah.
or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks. While you explore the islands in Cloudheim,
Fart of the
you'll come
wild.
across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and
Nah,
rewarding
because
for
that had a
crafting.
different art style
You'll grow in
completely, right?
Cloudheim by mastering weapons
What,
to
Fart
gain
of the
abilities
Wild?
along 4 class pathways,
Yeah.
each excelling in a different style of combat.
Sweet.
Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic.
As we're joking
Outlanders
about this,
break
this look,
armor
yeah,
to
I'm not,
evade
this actually
weaknesses.
looks quite
Treasure
good.
hunters
I
focus
told
on
you it
defending
had
This is my game of the
potential.
show so far.
and Sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style.
I think this is probably my game of the show so
just
far.
by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem.
Ooh, multiplayer too.
Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities
Okay.
and wild combos. And we're
It went
excited to
from
see
maybe
what chaos
game of
you
the
can
show to
create.
probably game of the show then.
Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim.
Oh, I love Nasher. Oh,
Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim
Thanks,
releases this
Nasher.
year. Wishlist it now.
It releases this year.
Ooh,
Ooh,
PlayStation.
Xbox.
An Xbox.
It's coming to
Bring
Xbox.
harmony to the
Nice.
realm when Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025.
I hope it's
And be
crossplay.
Sure to sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.
Okay.
Shinzo, yeah, Super Robot was.
Back-to-back trailers up next, so keep your wits and blades always sharp. No, wait, not in Faerun. Keep your wits and your wish lists primed. We'll be back shortly. No, then.
Okay.
I've got to get up to that balcony in a bit. How did you actually get down from there?
Well, you know, they didn't just hire me for Uncharted on my looks.
Oh. So did you Nathan Drake your way down?
No, I just cried really loudly and the crew came and got me.
Classic.
Yeah, her voice is amazing.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional
Why you asked me at
outbreak
top-down?
is just another day at the office. Operating from the
That is-
shadows,
as soon as you had the word top-down,
globe-spanning paranormal research
I'm out.
organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And Section 13 is where they keep the
It's
worst.
more isometric than top down.
Until now.
True.
With the best of the best unavailable, it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file nobodies to get the job done. That's you. Meet Agent Red.
No, please! Don't eat my... All right, Red. Your time to shine.
She's new to the field, but don't let that fool you. She's packing cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going in alone or bringing some help. Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books. There's something big down there. And it wants out. It's up to you to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight for the truth. And
Well,
bring some
Scalebound
light
is an
to
interesting
dark.
one because they want him. He wants to make it.
Section 13. Clock in.
Never gonna happen though.
Well, it's down to Phil. Phil just needs to say yes.
Welcome, bandits from all over the
Spoilers,
world.
it'll never happen.
We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested. So we're calling on you to do the job.
The irony is real there, Moon.
Your objective, try to loot all 10 treasures scattered in our prepared house and escape from the robotic hands of our trapper.
I don't know about this one.
This little fella packs
This just
all
looks like
the
a
skills
slightly
to achieve
frantic
our
version of
ultimate
Among
goal.
Us.
Defend homes and their treasures
What?
against bandits from all
Among Us.
over the world.
Yeah, this one's got a bit of PvP in there as well, though.
Look, Paul, that would be insulting this game. I'm sorry. I don't even want to say that on
These
screen.
rooms store thousands of citizen cores. Future inhabitants of Eden. You have to reach the top chamber and break the last remaining seal. Dropped straight into a hostile zone. This is exactly what hyper units were made for. Unleash your hyperpower.
This looks cool.
It does. But it also seems very
Rip their
empty.
cores out.
Yeah.
They kind
But
of
it looks
focused
fine.
more on the art than.
In the name of duty, courage, and truth, I will protect the citizens.
I bet this game is called Re-something.
Rebound.
Restart.
We are standing on the edge looking towards
Chat, what is this game called? Re-something. Quick, in chat before it comes up.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, we were totally
we're
wrong.
wrong. Metal Eden.
Hello, Cybermyth combatants! Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cyber-mythological theme. The sequel stays faithful to what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself with our single-player open playtest, which is available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
Hey, welcome back.
So
Let's get back into the swing of things with a world
I've been
premiere.
actually quite productive at work recently, right? This week. Especially since Monday.
There was no guide for
And
what we had to do.
people have noticed this and came to me and said, you know, you've done a lot of
Even
work.
we knew we couldn't take everything with us.
I said, yeah, I've actually been really,
I
really
left
productive.
behind my greatest creation, a guardian.
We found out today that my emails were basically screwed and I wasn't getting
shaped
any
to
emails
nurture.
since Monday.
Its heart programmed to protect. It works tirelessly now.
And I was like, at least you know why I'm productive.
Sending sparks of life into the void.
They fixed it and I had like 100 odd emails since Monday.
That's crazy.
What game are you talking about, Remy?
Hope will show up at place. What game?
The Last Caretaker is
Judas.
a survival game where you
Oh,
bring
Judas.
humanity back
I
from
think
the
it will
brink
show
of
up in the summer.
extinction.
I'm pretty sure it will.
It's coming soon to PC.
Now let's move on and introduce you all to Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a side-scrolling survival.
I didn't
game
even know
set in
it
Texas
was
City,
offline, my
devastated by a
emails.
zombie outbreak.
I was getting
Plus
my
an economic
notifications for
crisis and
meetings,
scorching heat wave for
but that was it.
Stinky zombies I can handle, but hot weather, I'm British. Absolutely not.
Do you know what? She's right. We don't do hot weather. We just don't. It gets hot. Like today was hot and it was so uncomfortable.
It wasn't that hot.
It was here. It was
But then
really
I live
hot
right,
here.
right next to the ocean, so.
You know, I had to have the windows open, the doors open. That's the thing, right? Living out here in the Bamboonies, you can actually have your door open and your window open, and you'll be safe. Try to do that in London.
Hula hoops, knickknacks, or squares? I would always go hula hoops.
Knickknacks. Knickknacks,
Okay,
nice
what
and
flavor
spicy.
hula hoops?
Hula hoops?
No, I'm just saying. I'm asking him what flavor hula hoops.
I would go cheese and onion or barbecue.
Really? Red and salted only for me.
Nah, I don't do ready salted. It's too bland.
Into the
There's no
Dead,
seasoning
Our
to it.
Darkest Days launches into early access
Well, I'm
on
British.
April 9th,
What do you expect?
which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get
You need
excited,
seasoning, man.
but please try to enjoy each game equally.
Not with hula hoops, nah. Give me bland hula hoops, damn it.
Well, if you're looking for something a little more cheery, then we've got you covered too.
I think they're the only
Locomoto
ones
is
that
a
I would go with
cozy
ready salted,
conductor
but hula hoops,
simulator
I
where you
like
fix
ready
rusty
salted.
trains and make hot cocoa for your furry friends.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Great.
Welcome to the world of Locomoto.
To be fair,
where
would
your
the-
story begins
the
with
roads
a simple,
start melting
rusty
around
train
then as
which will
well,
become
so that
your new
doesn't
home.
help.
You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape.
Yeah,
Learn
salt
how
is
to drive
seasoning.
it
When would
and
salt
embark
not
on a
season?
journey
You're
to
right,
help
the
your
brick
hometown
wall.
vampire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse
You
and
climbed
explore
over a
various
ledge
stations
around.
and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick
Do you know
them out
what?
and drive them
Brick
to
was the
various
only one that caught
While
on to that.
traveling, you can of course service them to make sure they enjoy the ride. Scour the world for resources and craft unique sets of furniture to furnish your train with.
This is
Customize the
cute.
exterior
It
and
does, but
interior
these
of
games
your
are just
train to make it feel
oversaturated.
There are many things to explore and discover in the world of Locomodo, so immerse yourself in this
It's
immersive
cool,
experience
and I'm
when
sure it's going to
Locomodo
have its
arrives
audience.
on the 8th of April
I mean, I
just-
wouldn't use the
2025
word
on Steam
cool.
and
I
on
use the
Nintendo
word
Switch
cute.
later this year.
No, because I know
like
that
the
this
name.
game has an audience, especially on Switch. Definitely, this
Yeah.
is going to have.
It'll do well on Switch.
Yeah, it's going to do great on Switch. It's going to have its audience. I just feel like, what can this offer that Animal Crossing doesn't?
That was a real palate cleanser, so time for something gritty now, I think.
Precisely.
Yeah, 17
seems
England would
Karma,
kill you.
The Dark World,
Would
an
Pit.
alt history thriller where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an agent of the Thought Bureau. Right?
Only because it'd be so humid you couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
It's the humid in this country that's bad. Like, in Cyprus, where it gets to like 45, 50 degrees, it's fine. Because it's dry heat. And there's no humidity. But here, the humidity is just so bad. Yeah, Woodpit, dry heat is fine. Karma! Coming to everything exclusively not Xbox.
Unravel the truth in Karma the Dark World, which lands on PC and PS5 on March the 27th, which is...
Yeah, it's
exactly
currently
1
90% humidity where I live.
Now, we
Yeah, it
all
must-
know
it must be
you like
sticky and
watching
horrible.
trailers for games, but what about actually playing them? too?
Mouse PI for Hire looks really cool.
Good.
I'm trying to get a code
Because
for
this
that one.
next section focuses on indies.
I
with
don't know what
demos
FPS
There's only
is.
44
so you can
44
check
here.
them all out right after the show.
Spine was that weird kind of Perfect Dark game, right?
Eclipsium, a psychological horror
I
adventure
hate
that
I
has you
hate this with all
exploring
of
a
my hate
country
already. This is the
twisted
worst
dream
game of the show.
Next up, we've got White Knuckle, a speed climbing game where you scale the guts of a sinister substructure.
No.
How about Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platform
Weenie
starring
Wise.
magical school students?
Or Paper Sky, where you chart cell-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
Discount Journey.
If you'd rather be a chaos gremlin, give Mother Machine a try. It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
My girlfriend calls me a chaos gremlin. And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics. That was our ones to play montage.
Mouse
And
PI
the best way
would
you
have
can
been a
try
good
those
one for
games
this
out
show.
For yourself is by heading to our Future Game Show Steam page. Just search Future Game Show.
But
on
Rabbi, you're right.
Steam to
They
get
could have
more info
appeared
on
here.
Games we've covered today,
Yeah.
and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wish listing a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now with another world premiere. This one's an
World
exciting
premiere.
adaptation of a popular board game.
She loves Weenie.
Raid Shadow Legends.
I actually accepted one of the sponsorships once.
How did it work?
Yeah, nothing happened.
Oh, really? They didn't even pay you?
No, well, we didn't do enough. I didn't really promote it enough for it to pay me.
Right. I keep getting Monopoly. They keep wanting me to stream the Monopoly mobile game.
Yeah, Monopoly Go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stream Elements ask for so many of those, don't they? It's crazy. How do they show what's at the show? Well, they go, what, oh, you're an indie game. Okay.
That's right.
A lot of those
Board
games,
Games
Rabbi,
now
should
Frosthaven,
appear at
the
the
video game,
Summer Games
and
Fest.
it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next
I think
game
that's where they're
fulfills
gonna really
a
appear.
lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Standalone.
say, but another one of these games. Like, so this looks cool.
Why? Because you're a sheep.
I mean, at least I'm not Welsh.
You are now. Wait, that's not exactly a sheep, is it?
Standalone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Well, at least they're going to stand alone.
More like a ram, right?
Yeah, but a humanoid ram. Mouse PI should be coming out this year. I don't know about Spine.
Ooh, what's with this?
Mech. Oh.
Mech Warriors.
No. They've got a gacha. They've got a gacha game where they had to. Oh, what was it called? Brick. What was it called?
Devastation said Mecha Break. Is this
Mecha Break. But they've actually got a mobile game as well. But it's something Break. I can't remember what it's called now. But people already tried to get this game cancelled, didn't it?
Why?
You know the characters that you can create?
Yeah.
You've got boob sliders to widen them, make them squished, up and down. You've got butt sliders, and they weren't happy with that.
I don't get the internet because for years everyone's been asking for a butt and boob slider for a butt slider for Final Fantasy 14.
It's the wokies that are complaining.
Look, just give the men a pec slider. And
I don't know. They have a
okay.
schlong slider, and that's perfectly okay. They don't care about that. They're happy with that.
Well,
it's just when it comes to the female body.
I didn't mean that bad. I mean like the muscles.
Yeah, they have that as well. But what I'm saying is, it's okay for it to be thing. Anything to sexualize the men, but not the women.
Into your rotation later this year.
Snowbreak.
Well, we're most of the way through the show now, no Mills.
Yeah, you should check out Snowbreak. That mobile game pushes boundaries like there's no other.
From our friends at
They've had to take stuff out of the game because China outlawed it because it was just too much. And so they decided to.
Because Sony doesn't really like early access games on their system, right?
Mouse PI, I'm pretty sure it will come out this year. I've spoken to the community manager, and as of right now, it should be landing this year. We haven't been told anything different. Obviously, business plans change, but based on what our discussion is due for this year. But yeah, so they tried to get them to change it, and the Koreans just said, or was it the Chinese? They said, "Nah, you're good, bruv. We know what people want. We know what sells."
Let's check it out.
Oh look, it's another Steve game.
Wait, Snowbreak has got a dorm. Oh yeah, Snowbreak does have a dorm feature. That's what introduced it first. And yes, Chili, I am literally meaning a literal dorm. Where you go in.
Literal what?
So mobile gacha games, those waifu collector games.
Yeah.
they've started now adding dorms into it where you can go and
dormitories.
Yep, for one-to-one time with your favorite waifu.
Oh wow.
It's a
So
thing.
is everything the extra thing for Quiet from Metal Gear 5? Yes, Quiet was. I still feel bad for those actors when Hideo Kojima was like, "I want you to model naked for me."
No, I will not model naked for you.
Yeah,
I'm making that perfectly clear. Wait. I am making that perfectly clear. I am not doing that.
Hideo Kojima made all the models for the female squad.
Okay. I thought you was asking me. I just wanted to make that clear that is not happening.
I also used the word Hideo Kojima.
Fox-filled Fantasyland, which is coming in 2026.
We've got something slightly less adorable for up next, but for good reason.
That I don't know,
Final Ones to
Rebby.
Watch Deep Dive tackles the next spine-chilling game from
No, I don't know
Castle
what they did,
Studios,
Leaf.
The minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a closer look at the claustrophobic world.
But I could probably guess.
Reanimal is a co-op horror adventure where you play two siblings and you're looking for your three friends.
These kids.
No new furry game for me.
But due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game.
Whatever happened to Little Nightmares?
Turns really quite nasty.
The third one
And
was in
so
development.
Your job as these two players is to go.
It's taken
rescue
so long for
your
Little Nightmares to
friends
come
and try and
around
escape this
that
nasty
everyone is just
The
capitalizing
island
on it.
itself, due to this inciting incident.
Or is this
it's
Little Nightmares free?
So it's in 3 large
No,
parts
it's a
and
new
a
game,
bunch
right?
of smaller bits. Each of your friends can be found.
It looks
in
like Little
one of
Nightmares,
these
not gonna
big
lie.
parts. It's a very simple tale of find yourself in hell, go through a really scary place.
Because I don't know what
survive and rescue your
quarter
friend.
it's going to come out in. It could
The
come
tale
out
as
in
old as time.
quarter 3 or
We
quarter
really
4.
love
I don't
seeing
know.
people go with that and just go the extra mile and find all those secrets and all these things and put it all together and come up with their theory, right? So I feel like if we give away too much up front.
From the
Oh yeah, it
creators
says in
of-
the background
We
from the
definitely
makers
give
of
players more
Little
this
Nightmare
time
1 and 2.
round than in previous games, but still it's nice to
So they
keep a little
basically
bit back
left
so you
the
can kind of
studio
meet in the middle and see what
and
people
stole
make
the
of what
idea.
you've given them and all that.
Come on, there has to be a great, there has to be a line they're crossing there, right?
Too much of a word there,
Yeah.
but you're overcoming different obstacles in the world.
There has to be
survive
something
various
wrong
things
there,
you pitch
like,
against you together.
I'm
right?
sorry,
it's
but this
about
just
the
looks
two
like
players finding ways to survive and rescue their
plagiarism
friends,
to a
really,
certain
like we
degree.
said before.
Is that why they blurred out the t-shirts?
Maybe.
Okay, Lee.
Because I'm a big couch fan. Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online, and then there's people who just want to do that together. So the fact that the tech team have managed to get all 3 boxes checked that front, I think, is really, really nice.
And what was also very, very important to us is that it's all kind of the same experience because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever.
Why is
It's
this t-shirt
always
blurred
being
out, actually?
together
I know
as
a
the two
joke.
It
characters,
probably says a name
and yeah, like
that they're not
Mer
allowed
said
to
from the beginning, like
say.
scared together. That was
Who's
one
that?
of
Who's
the
that? Who's
one of
that?
the
Come here.
pillars, and
Come here.
I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
I'll
People
play this
played
then.
our
This is good.
previous games together
Can you
anyway,
ask,
whether they was
Mama to put
co-op or
some-
not. That made that decision feel quite a
Nice.
natural.
Oh, they're
one.
using an Xbox controller?
People want this.
I mean,
you know, let's
obviously it's the
do it,
best
it's
controller.
fun, you know.
Whenever we put something
And if only
in
had
the
Yeah,
some
I've got a
actual
drink here.
trying
sticks.
to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new.
You can
One
get
thing
the
we're really trying
Xbox
not to
controllers
do is
with that
to give
sort
you
of
the same thing,
thing
over and over
by
and
a
over and just
Razer.
work based on a recipe. But
Nice.
instead, we're really questioning ourselves: is this unique within the game?
Enjoy,
right? I'm not saying
Steve.
Unique across all games, but trying to give
Be
the
one with
players
nature?
something
No.
fresh within the experience that we're crafting, and then hopefully that leads to something
No.
that people actually enjoy. Hope you enjoyed that
Wish
behind the
list
scenes
now.
look at Reanimal. Wishes
Yes,
us,
available on everything.
more info is coming soon.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So get that thing on your wish
And it's
list.
nothing like Little
Now,
Nightmares.
What have we got next for the
No.
people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan.
They didn't
so
steal
it's
any ideas.
No secret here that at the Future Game Show, we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as Control.
Is this going to be the Remedy
And
multiplayer
last
game?
year, the
Yeah, it
studio
is.
revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op
Hey,
shooter
I was right.
where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean
Look,
confines.
that's my
one
joke,
remedy game
Shinzo.
I'm excited
If
for.
you've been anticipating this one, so have we.
Yeah,
And good news.
the only remedy
We're
game I'm
delighted
looking
to
forward
share
to.
the first gameplay
'Cause
trailer
it
for
has
FBC
multiplayer.
Firebreak, which will give you a
Look,
taste of what
that's
to
as
expect
much as
when
you're
the game
gonna see.
launches later this year.
There you go.
Let's take a look.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning.
Art style reminds me of Team Fortress.
I mean, these are literally the enemies from
This
Control.
crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone.
Honestly, this just reminds me of like a Left 4 Dead clone.
Yeah.
Safe room dead
Like,
ahead. Might
yeah,
contain
it's
something
just a
useful,
cartoony
but it'll
Left 4
probably
Dead.
attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Well, Left 4 Dead also had nests, right? That was the whole gameplay. I know that was. Yeah, Paul. I think I watched Chaos' video on that, right? You made a
Which
video
one?
on that.
On what?
The Dreamcast is officially online for all European multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check out Chaos' video, right? Well, after this, where he covered the.
Thanks.
I heard something.
You off to bed? Have a good night. Maybe Firebreak is going to be the final thing they show.
You posted it against Spot Video React.
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in summer 2025. Now, you can find even more exclusive info on FBC Firebreak by heading to gamesradar.com after the show. And I hate to say it, Jennifer, but is it time for our final trailer?
No, then I think it might be. But thankfully, our buddies at Bloober Team are sending us off with a developer diary for
Chronos!
The New Dawn, a survival horror game where you scour the future for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
Chronos, it's a sci-fi
More
survival
figures should
horror,
do that.
and in a way, a dream come true for us to make. The world of Chronos, it's like
Hey, there was that.
alternative
Thank you for that
history
$2.
when the world ends.
I love how
in
Control
80s
has a CP
by
foundation.
the
Yeah.
apocalyptic event that we called The Change.
In Chronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search
Show us
for the
more
time
game.
rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
Oh, as we like to call it, Warframe meets Dead Space.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from humanity. To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about
more
our
horror.
game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So stay tuned.
You showed me nothing. Again.
Chronos, The New Dawn is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox later this year. But you can see more of it during our official post-show, FGS Live from GDC, which airs directly after the spring show.
That's right.
I thought
For
it was
more
really cool.
exclusive
I
info
can see
on
why it's
Bloober
controversial,
Team's
though.
new game,
What?
You just need to stay tuned to the platform
figure.
you're watching right now.
What figure?
Now, Jennifer, despite what you said about
Qu-
that
of
being the
Quiet.
final trailer, the teleprompter.
What was wrong with it?
Same thing. Is still rolling.
It's a normal figure, right? It's a normal
Yeah.
plastic
Must have
figure,
been the tadpole talking.
but they made the boobs out of a soft material,
Not enough
so
time
you
to
can
unpack that.
squeeze
But
them
it does mean
and lift
we
them.
have one more thing.
Steam literally has a game called
Prepare
Boobs.
for pain.
And its immersive gameplay is that you can play with them. Okay?
Well, someone made a figure based on that game, based on Metal Gear 5.
Brick, yeah, it is. It's Carlota's voice.
Wait, 3D rounds? Wait. You have me intrigued.
Nope, the only reason I know about that game is because someone posted it on Twitter today.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I think it, yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, it was Jordan, yeah.
This looks cool.
Yeah, this is pretty. This is a remaster of an old game, right? If I'm rightly.
Painkiller.
Painkiller.
That's not a remaster. That's a remake.
No, that's a remake.
Bam! Saber Interactive is bringing Painkiller back.
And
to the
if I
board,
was
and
only
the
a
remake
few
is
more
coming
letters
soon to
different.
PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But with that, we really
When's the
are out of time.
review?
The show is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it.
That's because it's
That
just
was a lot to get through, but
so
we hope
different.
You all had fun watching this year's
PS5 blows.
showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick around as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world premieres. Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous stream of thank yous to the people behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible, including the developers that poured their time and hearts
And the
into making
co-streamers,
trailers we
like
aired
Chaos.
today. Show
Yeah,
those
like
you love
me.
by wish listing and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've covered and follow up on your favourite projects. There'll also be videos and articles with extra details
I want her to say
landing on
Montelli.
gamesradar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
And this has been the Future Game Show Spring Showcase 2025. Smashed it.
No, they're not. A lot of games nowadays are made to appeal to the newer generation of gamers, not to the older generation, unfortunately. Like, a lot of what was shown here today was really, like, there were so many games that my kids would really, really enjoy. I think it was a
Not
solid
just
7
all-
out of 10.
Yeah, a 7. It's still better than a lot of showcases recently.
Yeah, I think it's...
I think I personally would probably give it an 8. This is probably an 8 from me.
What's this? Is this still Painkiller?
John, there's no way this is a 1 out of 10.
By the way, Chili, I've been meaning to ask you, as a PlayStation fan, they finally released a game exclusively on PlayStation 5 that I think, well, they know their audience. They know that you guys like your, isolated games where you play your single player games, and, they know that you want to be stuck in your room where no one is going to come in and
You
disturb
want a
you.
one-handed experience.
So they've released a game called OnlyFans Model, or they're releasing a game called OnlyFans Model Simulator.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's going to be on your wish list?
I mean, no, because it needs to be called the OnlyFans Stimulator. Then maybe.
They probably couldn't release it on PlayStation if they did that. So what they've done, because they knew what you would be saying exactly, and what you would be thinking. They knew you'd get it, because you already got it by just saying that. So they already know that that's what you are looking for. So I'm guessing that means it's a day one purchase for you. And I'm expecting a review from that as well.
Now we're going to be showcasing some brand new games that you need to know more about.
I already got a game code.
To developer deep dive interviews and even a few world premieres that we're going to sprinkle on the top.
From Atom Falls, south of midnight, baby
What,
steps, you've got
Kickboxer?
a grand old time ahead. And speaking of time, first up is a deeper dive into a game you just saw.
What
in the
players
main
don't like Mario?
showcase.
But I
This
literally
is
play a load of
Chronos,
multiplayer
the
games.
new dawn.
PS5 blows.
Oh, Chronos,
I like
deep dive.
multiplayer games.
My name is Jacek Ziemba. I'm co-directing Chronos the New Dawn with my friend Wojciech.
And yeah, my name is Wojciech, and I have a pleasure to work with Jacek and co-direct Chronos.
And Chronos, it's sci-fi survival horror,
Chili.
and in a way,
It's beta
a
testing
dream come true for us to make.
What can I say? They said if I
will
beta
be
test it well
the
enough,
thing,
they'll put me in the game.
Carpenter's movie. Yeah,
Brick,
we
the
are
OnlyFans
also
simulator
inspired
game
by
that they're going to be playing, you can
Dark
actually
Netflix
breathe
TV
onto it.
series.
About time
I'm not going to...
travel. We cannot forget about Dead Space.
Yeah, because it probably uses a
Also,
microphone,
we're
right?
somewhere
It
there
does,
because
yeah.
we have
So
also
what are you going to
few
start saying to your
protagonists and
OnlyFans
other
model?
maybe similar things.
Yeah, when we think about movies, it will be of course 12 Monkeys. You know, like the convict being sent in time. Maybe we bring about.
How long was this? It was about
but
an hour and a
also
half, right?
Dark Souls series.
We've
also
been
love to,
streaming for...
We've been streaming for 2
push
hours,
a
but
little
it
bit
started an
more
hour and a half ago.
challenging direction.
Have we been streaming for 2 hours?
Yeah, we've been streaming 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours and
Well,
15
you-
minutes.
2 hours.
So
And the travelers,
it was
because
1 hour and
of them,
45 minutes.
Are being sent to the ruins of human civilization.
Yeah.
To search for the.
Because we
time
were
loop
live before
and jump
for
back
30
in
minutes.
Half an hour before, yeah.
Well,
extract
Chaos
people
was
who
live.
didn't
I was
survive
here.
The apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive.
Is this going to show us some gameplay?
The environment in our future setting, in our game.
Maybe.
The only ones that can travel to the past and keep up or like survive encounters with monsters.
This is not a typical soldier. This is like a diver in time. So that's why we came up with this.
Hey, Devastator,
design
thank you
that
for
we
the
really
2
love.
Canadian. Chronos inspired by Dead Space and Carpenter.
The world of Chronos, it's like
Yeah,
alternative
I can
You
see
mean
that.
like John Carpenter,
when
the
the
thing,
world
or just
ends
actual
Yeah,
Carpenter?
yeah. No.
By the
No, it doesn't mean
apocalyptic
actual.
event
Like
that we
it
call
wasn't
the
inspired by an
Change.
actual carpenter.
We push
Okay,
action
just
like
want to
more
clear
to the
that up.
future, and when we play the Traveler, when we
What do you
try
mean
to
1 hour
find
45 minutes you'll never
destroy
get back?
world,
It was a good
I
show!
mean,
essence of, you know,
It's
of
still
the
not
people,
wrong,
but,
though,
what's
technically.
the most important, like the time.
Unless he
time
knows
loop
something that I
that
don't know,
can bring
Bullets
us
Kill.
to-
But it
to
was
the
a good show.
past.
We are calling them
Yeah.
the orphans.
You must save.
because
You
they
must
are
survive
what
in this
was
alien
left
hostile
from
environment.
humanity.
But also,
The
you've
orphans
got
can,
to
you know,
you've
like,
got to
take
craft
different
this
forms,
this
so you
cupboard.
encounter different enemies with different, like, let's say, skill
Dead
sets,
Space and
different
Carpenter.
abilities.
The important ingredient is body horror here, and we chose it.
Of course, it is.
to
All horror
create,
games are body horror.
Maybe a little bit as an homage also to The Thing and overall genre of
See,
Hey,
Carpenter's
you're right.
the thing.
The Thing.
but what was important for us that okay, they need to be created only from human flesh.
Only from human flesh. Only
You see?
human.
We also have some questions for our
That was a
community. So,
proper
questions.
Good night,
husbando
Paul.
right there.
Sleep well.
Yes,
Have a good night, Paul.
There will be ladders. We love them.
Yes, and you saw one at the end of the trailer.
Demon Wolves.
Maybe.
Don't want to spoil everything. Yes, you can punch monsters.
In the face. If they
Stomp them.
if they have a face.
If they have a face.
Kinda.
Yeah, fire, but fire is important in our game.
Will there be bosses you can fight? Is the old lady from the CG trailer Mary Curry?
It's not Mari Curie Skłodowska, but definitely for our CGI character, Mari Curie Skłodowska can be a role model.
Is there some dismemberment system similar
Yes,
to
there
Dead
is,
Space?
but it doesn't work like in a Dead Space. We've got like our own take on combat. To
I
be
mean, at
honest,
least we saw a
can't
tiny bit
wait
of
to
gameplay
show
there.
More about our game.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
So stay tuned.
A trailer?
Maybe they'll release the game, and then we'll get gameplay.
Well, that was utterly
Ooh, Bloober.
terrifying. I tell you what, Nico,
Actually.
I need a cup of tea to calm down. And
Yeah, yeah,
What
Bloober.
the hell is that
Well, forget the
kickboxing
tea,
picture?
I have the perfect game to
I
calm
don't
your
know.
nerves, and it just so happens to be our first world exclusive.
Oh.
You know that moment when they take it like really high with a really cool looking game,
Yeah.
and then they crash really hard.
Yeah, this is just we're just watching the Uber stock market in visual form.
that was good. That was good. That was good. I like it. That was good. Should I make Dreamcast Guy Simulator in RPG? I mean, what are you gonna do? Hey everyone, Dreamcast Guy here. Show the controller. Is that it? Will that be the game? Xbox bad. Xbox bad. Xbox bad. Xbox bad. Did I tell you? Xbox bad.
You can wishlist it right now because it's coming to Steam in 2025.
Indeed, it is. But do not drift away from me just yet, Nathan.
Is it bad that I can't tell if that one on the right is? And with this is me being genuine. I can't tell if they're male or female.
Which has enough pluming smoke that will make you reach for the asthma inhaler.
Like I'm being like, there's no troll there. This is 100% serious. I can't tell.
Yeah. They're very androgynous. That's the word, right?
Yeah. This looks cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
Old school arcade racing.
We need more of those. Not sure if I'm a big fan of how tight the tracks seem to be. Oh, but I like colouring. Dice systems are good.
You gotta play it for a little bit, so you played for 100 hours. I like the people that say, man, I've played this game for 130 hours and I can honestly say I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, I
played it for 130 hours.
That was Japanese Drift Master that is hitting the grid on the
I played this for 130 hours, but there's no gameplay.
Right now.
Now here at FGS, we're always thinking about new ways to play, and how do you spice up an old favourite like Among Us?
Yeah, it is a dude.
Well, how about with Voice Mod, an app that lets you change your voice at the click of a
Like the t-shirt though.
Indeed,
PT.
and you are now about to witness the utter carnage when the FGS team got together to play Among Us, but everyone's voice was running through the Voice Mod app. Oof.
Chat, we need to do this. Everyone run through a voice mod, so you don't know who's who. This would be quite fun, actually.
I've played this a couple of times. I enjoy when I've played Among Us.
I just want to say
I've
this
only
now.
played it a few times
I
in the
am
past.
working as a crewmate to pay for my mother's hip surgery.
That's weird though, because I'm actually working as a crewmate to help pay for your mother's hip surgery too.
Well, that is good. Well, she does need both hips replaced.
Fair enough.
I'm working as a crewmate to pay for my own hip surgery.
I have a side hustle where I take money from people, earning enough to pay for hip surgery.
Hey guys, is anybody else working late? Because I am. Do you know why? I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Rip.
He really has gone bad.
7 to 14.
Gone surprisingly quiet. I've had a body. I've had a body. Oh,
They got murked.
Known that auto-tune was out because it stopped being just like the greatest hits.
I mean, this is cringe.
We do all owe the traitor, you know, props for killing auto-tune.
Yeah, this is bad.
A little excessive. So let's see.
I mean, this is good among friends. And it'll be hilarious among friends.
It's good when edited into an actual video. This is not
Yeah.
edited properly.
No.
They've just recorded themselves playing it. There's no editing involved, which sucks.
No.
While we were safe, and so I'm cool, Streamer G. I think right now I'm looking at Space Marine, who was, you know, showing out the numbers.
Also, the voice changing is not good.
I mean, they're not just killing people; they're also trying to mess us up.
I was not with Walkie.
Hey,
I don't know what
Talos.
Walkie's talking about. I have not been hanging around with Walkie. So,
Hey,
that was a
Talos.
lie. That was a massive lie, saying that we were.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was Tiffany then. I don't know. What you just
Maybe it was Tiffany. There you go. Voice
Can we
changing.
move on?
Also, a bit of a sexist pig over here, Walkie, or just because we've both got blonde hair.
Yeah, just because we both got feminine hair.
Right, let's...
Just have to watch this entire playthrough
That's right.
of Among Us.
Have you voted?
They're gonna do the entire gameplay
Marine, lock it in.
from start to finish.
Did you see at the GDC what they put up? For Xbox. They put up a big kind of what are those? Are they called stand-up
Can you turn it
marquees?
down?
Hmm?
Can you turn it down a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go. Oh, that can't.
Is it called stand-up
There we go, that's
marquees?
much better.
In that room.
Yeah.
So they put a stand-up marquee up with like a big green background. You had the Asus ROG attached to the top right, and it says, "This is not how you play an Xbox."
Like I told you, they'd show the whole gameplay. Hate that I'm right.
And if you'd like access to the secret weapon of a whole host,
I thought that was
then you should download the voice mod app now.
That was cool.
that was
What
sending
you
a
did was
message.
cooler than what they showed.
Tell us, you missed that, man. They showed GTA, they showed Final Fantasy 17, they showed Tilu
Halo
3,
6.
Uncharted 5. Mate, they showed the whole works. It was a really good show.
I was really shocked when they announced Steve as a DLC for Gears of War.
In a
That was my
mankini,
big
right?
twist. Yeah. And Mankini was pink. Okay, you're a small frog.
So there's a monster nest called a orphanage in Kronos. Is that supposed to be
have no
Kronos
idea.
or Chrono? And I have no idea.
Yeah.
People Can
Digimon
Fly
versus
announced their
Pokemon.
game finally on Steam.
Yeah.
Lost Rift. Yes, Talos, I'm joking.
Frog check. Breed new frogs. Okay.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about.
This looks good.
What? Frog sex? Hey, look, you went from you can breed frogs. This looks good. That's what literally you said.
There was a gap in between that.
I don't
you
care. You said, this looks good. You took a deep breath, and then this looks good.
Yeah, Tasman said Frogger with extra steps. Frogger with breeding.
Yeah, I just gifted her a copy
I still don't get that kickboxer.
I want to know what that kickbox thing is because I have no idea.
Next up is a game all about clones, about working with yourself and sometimes the difficulty
Oh,
Alters.
we're getting through all of them. Okay. I can't wait till we get to the bum-touching kickboxer.
The Alters is a unique blend of survival, adventure, and storytelling gameplay.
I really don't know what to make of this
One
game.
of our top priorities while developing the game. We wanted the gameplay to push the story forward, but also make the narrative play a significant role in the final outcome.
Oh, look, more sheep. This
Long
one actually
story
looks like a
short,
sheep as well.
I needed to multiply myself to survive.
The Alters starts as a typical survival game, yet you quickly realize there is more to it.
Oh, wow.
What? Wow.
You need to create the Alters for their skills.
So you know
which
how
will be essential
Assassin's
to
Creed
survival.
Shadows, they've been criticizing it because it's not historically correct, it's very disrespectful to the Japanese.
Yeah, because you know, Assassin's Creed's been so that story.
No,
correct in the
but
past.
let me finish.
The Magic Golden Apples.
So apparently Ubisoft is releasing a patch, or have released a patch, where you can't destroy anything inside a shrine, because apparently the Japanese got offended by this. It's desecrating their
Well, okay.
holy grounds.
From what I've heard, it's not that they were offended by it exactly. I think what I've heard, a lot of people have translated it wrong, where they've said the fact that they're offended by it.
It's
They're not
disrespectful.
offended by it. Not just that. they're worried that people may take influence from this and actually do it in real life.
Right, but so
That's what-
Ubisoft went and stopped it. And
Yeah,
now the
which is good.
community that's been crying for the past year that Ubisoft is disrespecting Japanese culture is now attacking Ubisoft for not allowing them to go and desecrate a Japanese shrine.
Let me guess, one of the first mods for the game allows it to do it.
That is crazy.
I say one of the first mods because we all know the real first mod will just be making all the main characters naked.
Is an iconic franchise that was started in 1989.
Are they making a game?
Van Damme. I'm told that we're
Yeah.
going to come out with a brawler game, right? Where you're going to fight a bunch of different opponents.
Based on Van Damme?
Until you get
Mate, I remember watching this when it was new.
play against each other and fight against each other.
I'm showing my age.
I don't.
Talking about it for
I
many,
do.
many years. And so we got together with this team.
But to be fair, when I was young,
They just released their new game Carnivis about 3 or 4 weeks ago, which is an island off of Fortnite. People are really addicted to it, and I think that's their goal, is to get the same kind of addiction going for Kickboxer, the video game. So there's going to be a lot of characters that are going to be.
There is going to be a
available
Kickboxer
to
video
play.
game.
I think I brought in to the movies roughly 20 UFC world champions, including Mike Tyson, who was obviously a legend and a boxing world champion. We starred Dave Bautista.
I don't think he's
as
known for his
Kung Fu in our
kickboxing,
remake,
right?
And now he's become a big movie star. There's a mine of gold.
I mean,
when it
Kickboxer was one of
comes
his
to
biggest
games, and
movies.
certainly with martial arts.
Oh, wow.
I think the most recent one, again, I think is Sifu. I think that Sifu
Stuff like
game
Time
came
Cop
out of
and
nowhere.
whatnot
You know, Mortal
weren't as
Kombat, the part of
big.
Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme. And so Mortal Kombat is a martial arts phenomenon.
I'll be a kickboxer, you a street fighter.
There's all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to see all over the background. You know, there's a wonderful dance sequence that Jean-Claude has made in the movie. And somehow or other...
How much did they pay him for this?
Perhaps when you win, you do a little bit of that dance sequence. I don't know. So the name of the game is Kickboxer.
I hope that's in the
It's
game.
going to be
I hope I get to
released
do
on
that in the game.
Steam, probably in February of 2026.
Ooh!
I'm okay.
Not anymore, you're not.
You know, I think I could take Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do. I really do. Wait, what? What are you saying, mate? First off, who even says take him anymore? And
That's
secondly, you
okay.
can even fight your way into this next link. No, I think.
But yeah, now they're complaining that you can't vandalize shrines.
Battles with basic sentence structure. Let's take a look at our next game, which is doing battle in a different plane of existence.
That is...
the world of business.
They're now defending being able to destroy shrines, which is extremely disrespectful to the Japanese culture, because you can do similar things in games not set in Japan. I thought it was supposed to be historically correct.
Yeah.
You'll get assassinated for that sort of thing in Japan.
Well, this game has lost me already. But yeah, you're right.
PC Gamer. Assassin's Creed Shadows has convinced me that Ubisoft will never make a good RPG.
I mean, Assassin's Creed games are basically RPGs now, right? Aren't they? In a lot of aspects. Am I wrong?
1 second. Is this what I think it is? Did Microsoft once again fuck up royally?
Released later in 2025. Indeed,
Oh.
you can. And now we move on to a title that is the holy
Live.
trinity of gaming for us here at FGS Live From, because it's dripping in nostalgia. It's containing a
What did
central
Microsoft do
unknown
now?
mystery,
I'm just
and
checking.
it's a world-exclusive premiere.
They just revealed something that they apparently wasn't supposed to reveal. Let me just see if I can get the information. Interesting.
It was LAN Party Adventures, and it's set to drop sometime later this year. Ah, Jules, those were the days. Gaming with your
Oh,
unknown horrors. I do miss it.
Yes,
oh,
indeed. Let's keep that cheery
boys,
going with
boys,
the video game, which has
it's
such a
happening.
mechanic that is so
Yeah, it's happening.
brilliant that it needs to be seen.
No, really, it's happening.
This is a deep dive chat with the creators.
I think I saw
of
what
Rafi
you're
and
talking
Riverside.
about.
All right, I'll go back to the video in a sec. Opening 1 billion doors with Xbox.
I'm the art director at Socrates Labs, and we are making Rafi and Riverside.
Can you see it?
It is a platforming adventure. The game is
Steam.
hand-drawn,
Microsoft
and
immediately
does have
removed
very
this
unique
picture, but it's gone
gameplay.
everywhere now.
Copy and paste textures. So you grab, let's say,
Steam
ice
confirmed.
and throw it somewhere else onto an ocean, and then it freezes. So the world can be changed, and
It's
depending
happening.
on your ideas, you can make it through the game in your way. The first thing, of course, we looked at was Paper Mario.
It's happening.
And there's this whole library from the N64, like Banjo and Kazooie, but also
Yeah.
PlayStation with Crash Bandicoot.
It's happening.
We didn't want to
Microsoft
only
immediately
copy
took that
it,
picture
but
down
really
because
love it. We
they
love
didn't
it.
realize
It's a
Steam was on there.
hero journey. Rafi is setting off beside the Cyber town, and he has to bring back 6 golden letters. And Rafi has to return the town sign.
Microsoft is still in the early stages of this Xbox app update. That's basically what the new UI is going to look like.
So Rafi has to repair.
Yeah, this will be like pre-alpha, right?
This is a bit further than that. I think more like alpha, between alpha and beta.
Alpha. Yeah.
But this is basically the UI that you're going to see on the next Xbox console. The unified UI that they were talking about. That was it.
Yeah, it's a game about your imagination, your creativity, but it's also a lot
John,
of fun.
basically, there's been this big rumor going around that Steam was going on to Xbox. And, you know, it was kind of
I'll be
a
honest, you're
running
one of the
thing.
first people to talk about it.
And, you know, I was even having this discussion with Steve as well, and Steve said that it's not happening, and it clearly is now happening.
Xbox Series, Xbox
When
One,
Destin
and on
asked
Epic Store.
Phil about Steam, Phil just laughed and moved on, didn't say anything. And then they screwed up with this picture, which they've now taken down and tried to scrub off the internet. But once it's out there, it's out there. It went everywhere.
Take all that cutesy, lovable charm and crush
Yeah, once
it
it's posted
into
online, that's it.
dust. Because now we're taking a sharp right turn.
Yeah, it's essentially going to be like a hybrid or just a PC. My assumption is that they're going to get basically a mid-spec PC running and then get an Xbox kind of OS running on top of Windows.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you do it?
Because Xbox OS is basically just a.
You really think you're fighting for
It's
something?
basically an edited version of Windows, right?
Something more
Yeah.
than just
It's Windows 10.
Can you even
Tell us they did. They showed South of Midnight.
truth of father's love? You would throw away your future, our
Not
future,
Steve frothing.
for them. You must be able to see it. You must.
Well, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly Jack Black was originally going to be a pig in Minecraft. Until later on they decided to add him in as Steve. It was later on that they decided to switch over. But originally he was going to voice act a pig, supposedly.
It would have been good as a pig.
Yeah.
How can you not see it?
This game just looks
You
too
will never be like that.
bland.
Yeah. Generic.
Yeah. Like there's no real thing that stands out, not even a story. They just tried to use a waifu and it didn't work.
Dark sci-fi fantasy when Steel Seed drops on April 10th.
Now, the next game that we're about to talk about is a little strange, and by that I mean a lot strange. And that's
Fear
because the words
Fan-
I'm about to use to describe it kind of don't make sense coming out of my mouth. And that's because Fear FA98 is a combination of.
Okay. I thought they were just trying to get some free advertisement, but no,
That's
they're
what I
talking about it.
thought.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here!
Peggy 18.
Okay, that was just cringe.
Yeah.
No.
I hate it already.
You know what, Devin? They asked me the same thing yesterday after I was like 2.5 hours in, and they said, I was asked, what do I think of it? And I said, I don't know. And I said, why? Because I've been watching cutscenes for like an hour and a half. I've only had like half
Yeah,
an
there's
hour
a lot
of
of
gameplay.
cutscenes in that game.
And I love the fact that you can pick canon. I really, really love that feature. I really wish other games would do that. I don't want to make a choice. I don't want to think. I just want to play the story that the creators wrote.
Yeah.
If I want to make my own choices, then I'll have the option. But ultimately, I want to play the story they wrote. And this is one of the reasons why I've kind of always been a JRPG fan as opposed to a WRPG fan, because in Western RPGs you always get a choice of what you want to say, how you want to approach things, and that's all great and good, right? I'm enjoying it in Avowed, but it kind of works for Avowed because the game is designed around that. A lot of the games aren't, and they still give you those options, and most of them lead to the same ending anyway, to the same response. Just let it play through and let them talk. It just adds to the immersion, in my opinion. I want to sit down and have my popcorn and pretend I'm playing a PlayStation game.
Here are the developers at Cold Powered Games to tell you more.
Killers always leave a trail. All I gotta do is find them before they kill again.
So I'm cold.
By the way, I can probably stay for as long as need be because I think the show that I was going to be on has been cancelled.
Oh, really?
Open world
Yeah.
stealth detective game.
Well, my
Basic concept
co-host
is
Paul,
you have a city
he's
full
having
of
power
citizens
outages.
who go about their daily
Oh, that
lives, and
sucks.
within
Power's
them
down.
somewhere is a serial
So-
killer, and it's your job to track them down.
1 second.
To complete player agency, to go about being a detective. How
Boys,
you see fit.
good job.
So you could be like a drug detective, or you could like apply the book, or you could be a jigsaw backup. You can pretty much do what you want. You don't even have to do a case. You can go around speaking things. The main I think attraction for people is that you can live in this sandbox and kind of be in that world. It's almost a bit like role playing as a detective. You can kind of choose your path.
But that is
So
huge.
we've got some exciting new updates coming to Shadows about this.
So that
year. We've
means
got 3
the
different
next Xbox console will have access to
spaced out throughout the year, and the
Xbox
first
games,
one
PC
is
games,
bringing
and
the
PlayStation
players'
games.
Epic.
to smoke,
Yeah.
wadding, improved
Ep-
player agency.
Epic isn't on there,
presenting
surprisingly.
present in CCTV footage. They can set their
I wonder if Steam turned around and said, if you put Steam on there, you can't have Epic. I mean, I would expect
I wouldn't be
Gabe to
shocked.
say that. I wouldn't be shocked. No, I'd expect Gabe to say something like that.
to include it before launch, but it's a kind of side.
Or it could. I know it sounds egotistic for Epic, but I could also see Epic coming out and saying something like that as well.
In the city who gives you.
I mean,
you want
Epic
Epic
would
games
just be
on your
happy.
Xbox.
Have to go and track them down.
This
say
is the-
that,
It's
but
completely ridiculous, but it's a fun.
what is this
little
cleaning
thing
up
that
the
will
floor
be there
simulator?
for players to discover. But
This
that's
is a
just
huge win for Xbox.
Easter egg kind of detail we
Yeah.
wanna
I know
Not this
PlayStation
game,
fans.
but
No.
the leak.
Yeah, it's not going to leak. It's Microsoft's blunder again.
I mean, it's a leak.
Is it
Even
really
if
cool to leak if
Microsoft
they
posted
didn't?
it.
They posted it
Microsoft
on social media.
It's still a leak if it's not supposed to be out.
I know, but how do you leak something you're posting?
It's the game with it.
I mean, who do they employ to get these things done? Interns.
The first content update drops on April 22nd.
Well, you got to remember,
Talk
they
too
can only
much
keep
about
people
the-
around for
the
18
other
months, and they
updates
probably
this
just send
year,
them a
but
file saying
a lot
screenshot
like
one,
Shadows
a
of Doubt is
screenshot
out
one
now
dot
on
JPEG,
PC,
and they like post this
Steam,
at 5
Epic,
p.m. on
GOG, and PlayStation
Tuesday.
and Xbox.
So tell us, there's this image that they released, and as you can see, this is the Windows version. Well, your TV version of what you'll see. This is the new UI that you'll be getting. This is the first look at the new UI, and if you zoom in, you've got the different thing. You've got recently added, installed, owned, Game Pass, Steam, owned,
Yeah.
action adventure, action adventure.
Action adventure again.
As old and as true as the sky. The ape that shall keep it may prosper, but the ape that shall break it must die.
Chaos, are you sure? Yeah, I think it was. I mean, honestly, most of these leaks that Microsoft are doing have to be on purpose.
I mean, I hope they're on purpose.
No, this one has to be on purpose because Microsoft hasn't had any form of buzz, good news, or anything. It's been doom and gloom, especially with all the games going to PlayStation. And I know some people are going to cheer for it. I will never be that person. I don't know. I'm just old school. I know people are going to say, you know, more games for more players. No. My brain isn't working that way. I get it. I get the logic behind it. My brain will never comprehend that. They needed some good news, and I think that's the news that's going to get people following Xbox, you know, excited once again. It's going to give them the buzz they needed because they've been wanting some form of confirmation, and that is it. Microsoft roasted Grums as well. Oh shit, really? Rick, that creative is not even QA. It's the creative that do it, right? The creative build it, and then the creative say, right, here you go, to QA. QA then looks at the Figma file and says, yep, this matches the creative. Off it goes. This was screwed up by the creators.
Now, Infinity Nikki took the world by storm recently thanks to its amazing fusion of being a cozy open-world adventure game with a focus on fashion.
Oh yes,
But this is also good for those people on the ROG and stuff like that because now you're getting a new UI that's actually friendly.
Hilarious happening. So it might just be time for you to
Wait,
jump
Among Us
back in
3D?
and
That
to
sounds
whet your
bad.
appetite. Here's a trailer.
There you go, Chili.
I keep wanting to play this actually.
I know you do.
Looks cute.
Oh yeah, I know Brick, 100%. Like this week, I've been given breakpoints to test on a website we're building, and the breakpoints are 198, 1920, 1440, 1024, 835, and 375.
Infinity Nikki is available on PS5, iOS, Android. It's on the Epic Game Store.
So the
and it's available
1920
on Steam
is
as well.
1920 by 1080,
Who would you make walk the
which is
Yeah,
what you would
that's
expect,
standard
right?
for a lot of people. Yeah, that's what most people play games
So
on.
the 1440
Oh, there we go. And if you like
is
the sound of naval battling and swashbuckling, then maybe this next game is for you, as this is Trident's Tale. And here is a brand new gameplay trailer. You salty sea dogs.
you'd think it's 2560 by 1440, right?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's 1440 by 900. Then you go to 1024 and you think it's 1024 by 768. But you would be mistaken again because it's actually 480 by 1024. Like, how am I supposed to know these things as QA? When you're just putting one part of the resolution down.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yep. And then the creators were like, well, why did you get it wrong? Well, maybe give me the goddamn information.
Yeah, tell me all the stuff you need.
I'm gonna double dip for games I purchased on Xbox. Have many people I can play multiplayer on PlayStation. I'm not gonna double dip.
Horizontals for
Why would you double dip when you can play cross-play anyway?
Mini, you can play it right now. You don't even need a treasure map to find it.
Lucky you, but now Sono Kuni is a new top-down 2D.
It kinda looks
action
like a
game in
young
which
Matt
one
Smith.
hit means death, and let me tell you, folks, it's so addictive it should come with a health warning.
Indeed, it should. So we decided to put things to
just
the
me?
test.
That's horizontal.
The FGS team got together to challenge each other to find out who was the fastest in
Wow.
the
We
do.
dedicated speedrun mode.
I didn't play because everyone knew I'd be the best, so there was no point. And
That is not true.
Our
in the slightest.
creatives do.
He cried at his desk and told us not to use the footage.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
Don't get involved,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Take a look.
Oh.
Mate, that
Yeah,
artwork was so promising, and then it
screenshots.
did this.
Yeah.
Sonokuni
Yeah.
speed run.
I-
I'm gonna destroy.
I can say it looked great first.
I can do a 152. I just can't do it consistently.
I know I'm gonna lose.
Then it's all
I'm just
downhill.
gonna accept that.
Breathe. Zen.
Let's go. I'm probably gonna be completely silent doing this because I need to focus.
Come on, let's go. There we go. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, all at the same time.
Oh, I've missed 2 guys there. That's a problem. Just gonna slow it down a little bit, maybe.
Let the spirit of the warrior go through you, man. We got this. We got this.
All right, this could be solid. Just don't fuck it up.
Oosh, oosh, oosh. It's all about just clipping them at that pixel perfect moment, isn't it?
And hit me, but not really. Haha.
See, I just don't get it.
Right,
This
can I
is
get this guy to come over the right? Oh, what happened there?
a speedrun doesn't really show you the
I think-
gameplay.
No, this has gone so wrong. I'm going to be so far behind now.
Found the bottom of the car.
Yeah, speedrun's not the best way to show a game off.
No. Okay, come on.
Because you got to abuse mechanics right a lot of the time with speedruns.
Yep.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe we can pull back a few seconds here and there.
Right, get rid of the pineapple man. I know I'm not the only one using the
Lee says
pineapple man.
people are saying that the
Rules
Steam on
does too.
Xbox thing is just for the PC store.
That one there always feels like you have to go out of your way to get him. I hate
That could be a thing too.
The easy room.
I'm not on top form.
Slower than my average. I'm a lot slower than my average.
Now the room that
But you got to remember, the next Xbox is basically going to be a PC anyway. So even if it is for the PC store, technically the Xbox will be a PC anyway. So it would
So how does
still
what-
tell you.
Wait. How does the
don't know why
TV
I
play
keep
the
doing
TV?
that.
The
I've
TV
screwed
have
myself.
the PC
I
store.
know JJ's gonna have gone really fast though. I just know he will.
It's the TV view that's showing it.
Such a good game.
I mean, you can plug your PC into your
I
TV.
messed up the ending bit there as well. Oh, fine. I'll take 159.
Steam Big Picture mode exists for that reason.
No. It wasn't running from a PC though.
Nice.
I'm assuming it was running from the app.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this.
That was the Xbox app.
Yeah.
153.84.
Yeah.
Now I've done a
Which could be what's running on the the PC thing, the PC handheld, right?
That was running on the TV. Natively off the TV. That's what it was showing.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it's natively off the TV.
Microsoft does that. If they're showing it on a laptop or a phone or anything else, they show it running off the app running off there.
Yeah.
And they've got the ROG Ally version of it. They've got the laptop version. They've got a TV. They've got I don't know what the fuck that
But that
is.
would then suggest that it's on the Series S and X, which I don't think this will be, right?
No, this is going to be on the next Xbox.
Wait.
This will be the next Xbox.
Yeah, love you too.
Love you, boss.
Here, bye.
Please don't fire me.
3840.
Greetings, penitent.
Do you know what, Brick? They wouldn't even know what a 3840 peak TV is.
Challenge awaits upon the deadly path. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go away because you lost me at roguelike again. I'll be right back.
Ooh, that looked nasty. This gruesome gauntlet is no turn-based chin scratcher. In these dread halls, you'll quickly and definitively find an answer to one of life's
I think that's good news.
Am I actually good at strategy games? Chaos, carnage, careful quarrying. Walk the deadly path. Wish list now!
And if you want to have a chance at managing hell, then you can try the Deadly Path when it drops for PCs on the 25th of March, and you can wishlist the game right now.
Now, Among Us became a viral sensation in 2020, introducing the world to such terms as sus, imposter, and I swear to God, Jules, if I find out that you're lying to me, I will find you.
Yeah, that might just be you, mate.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but if you want those emotions and many, many more right up in your face, then good news for you, my friend, because Among Us is coming to the world of 3 dimensions. It's Among Us 3D.
If this is the case, though, do you think they're going to get rid of Xbox Live? I think they will. I can't really see them keeping Xbox Live at that point. It would be counterproductive.
When you're caught, you join the infected to get the rest of the
Oh,
crewmates.
that sounds so good. Now, South of Midnight has been on everyone's radar recently just because of how beautiful that handcrafted art style is.
Oh yes, the more we've seen of it, the more we've been desperate to get our grubby little fingers on it.
Well, luckily,
Why are they in Monterey?
to speak to the devs at Compulsion Games who told
I don't
us more
know.
about their dark, fantastical tale and their take on the Deep South.
Is that Hazel? The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it. And
But they are really going to town with this game.
I'm seeing these things.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games. Hey, I'm
Well,
Sarah,
that's
and I'm
always
the
been the
director of
risk, right?
Right
Woodpit?
now, we're working on South
That
of
has
Midnight,
always
which is a
been the
third-person
risk.
action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
Hazel is our main
But at this
character.
point,
She's
I
kind of
don't even know if
this weird
Microsoft.
liminal space
Well,
between,
I think they
like,
do care,
you know, your
but
kid and your
especially for
your
them,
adults,
Microsoft Store.
and
But
she's not a superhero. She's a
it just
pretty
depends how many
character,
people buy
and
from there.
Is ultimately trying to find her mom. That's her.
Like for me, if a game is Play Anywhere, I will buy it on the Microsoft Store 100%.
Okay, if they got rid of Xbox Live, wouldn't that really screw over Sony? Because then that would leave Sony as the only one with Play Online. Well, I guess Nintendo as well.
Good to not have like a
Nintendo don't.
But
one.
Nintendo's is
We
so
like the
cheap, you
idea
might
of
as well
being
buy a
able to
sandwich.
enter something that, like,
Yep.
the land
For the
will
same
choose
cost.
for you when you're in like maybe a time
But
of need. And so
that's the thing.
Hazel
An
With no
expensive
competition,
sandwich, but still a
after her
sandwich.
mom's trailer in the
With no
hurricane,
competition,
when it shoots
Sony doesn't
her,
care.
And it's just kind of at random. She just kind of blinks, and you can see the strands like in the sky and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And weavers are able to see kind of the fabric of the universe. We call it the grand tapestry, and they're able to manipulate those strands to do various types of spells. And their kind of mission is they heal like stigma in the land.
As
when
long as
bad
there's
things
an
have happened,
affiliation to your Microsoft
hates,
account, then
and
yes.
weavers are able to dispel those hates.
Which I assume you'll be logging
No,
in
John,
with your
I
Microsoft
love-
account.
But they don't.
I love
fix the
PlayStation, but there were
traumas for
way
you,
worse
and
state
they
of
can do
plays
that,
than this.
But they listen to your story. They see
This
your
was-
story. They get to see those.
I wouldn't say this
memories.
was the greatest show of all
sometimes
time, but
it's
it was
just
definitely better than some
okay to
state of
someone to
plays.
Be like, oh, I'm sorry this happened to you. And I think Hazel's journey is also her growing in empathy and understanding of the different things people go through.
Weaving and textiles is super prominent.
But yeah,
in
finally,
Deep
at least
South.
some
We
better
like
news that I
it's
can
sort of
talk
a
about.
feminine craft.
That's
So
actually
the
quite
idea that
kind of
her
cool.
Magic power is sort of taking back this traditional feminine craft and making
Check out the video.
this
When it
beautiful
comes out,
craft
remember to
and
like
magic
and
that is
subscribe.
really important to us. And so she uses weaving
But
tools.
they're
like the
trolling these
spindle
people hard
to
with
staff the hooks. She manipulates
Assassin's
what we
Creed.
call the strands, and they're these fibers that make up the universe. And
Microsoft says
they are
we're
inspired
breaking
by
down
these,
barriers to create
and
a
it was
more
really important to
inclusive
sort
and
of
connected
tactile
gaming ecosystem
feel that
by
also, like,
expanding
complements
gaming
the
accessibility across
tactile
devices,
stop
simplifying
motion
development
direction
workflows
of
for
the
creators,
art style.
and delivering seamless experiences across all screens. So what
Yeah, so
that
it's
tells you
got
there,
options on the Xbox Series
by
S, PC,
expanding gaming
cloud,
accessibility across
Steam,
devices, which basically
and
means
it's
their
also gonna be
ecosystem,
Day 1 on Game Pass.
simplifying development workflows
And
for
if it's
creators,
feel free
which
to
basically
shout us out
means
on social
they
media,
are
tell your friends, pre-order,
gonna
waitlist.
make the next
Look for
console's
word out
gonna be
there.
a PC
Thanks for
basically.
watching, and I hope you
So they'd
enjoy
have
the
to
rest of
develop
the
for one platform and one platform only, rather than have to create for Xbox and PC. It's basically going to be a PC that they're creating for. They're going to give them the specs, and they'll have to get it working on that spec like any other PC spec. And delivering seamless experiences across all screens. So you'll be able to play it across all of them because it doesn't matter.
I've been waiting years for an exact genre like
I mean, it's pretty clear now where they're going.
A brand new trailer for you featuring some new characters that have been designed and painted by some very special guest collaborators.
Painted?
Oh yes.
I updated the controller, tell us, and mine was fine. Woodpit consoles are pretty much at the end of the line. When you think about it, the Xbox is a PC anyway. I mean, realistically, what does it have that a PC doesn't? It's got DDR RAM. It's got a CPU. It runs, especially with the Xbox, it runs on DirectX 12U, which Windows fully supports. It's got a APU graphics card, which you can get anyway. realistically, what's the difference between the consoles today and PCs?
The investigator is here.
Apparently, it was Tom Warren leaking new UI. No, I saw it from ages ago.
Promise Mascot Agency will be out on April the 10th for Nintendo
I saw it
Switch,
earlier
PS5,
today.
Xbox Series X,
I just
and
didn't really
S.
pay
It's on the
attention to
Epic
it.
Game Store and it's on the Steam Store
Unless
as
he
well.
leaked it
And
earlier
also
today,
Steam
but I
Deck
saw it from like
lovely stuff.
12 to 14 hours ago. How much different is the Pro to a weak PC? It's more powerful than a weak PC. The Pro is like a 7800 region, but it's basically a PC. It just uses Linux instead of Windows, and
Well, Unix.
yeah, and it also what is it? It has PSSR, which is a modification of FSR. But you know, essentially they're all just PCs. They're just different spec PCs. You know the new handheld that Microsoft is partnering up with Asus to come out this year? I'm now 90% to 95% sure that that's going to launch with the new UI.
Probably. That's yeah.
And that's going to be their first step into this new UI, their first exposure. They're going to see how people react to it, see it, and they're going to, you know, work with it, fix it more, and then by the time they're ready for the next console and their first party handheld, that is when it's going to be completely unified. Everything's just going to join the realm of PC.
This will be basically a beta test in a way. The whole handheld is probably just a beta test.
Yeah,
kind of. Not really, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But in terms of like a traditional console like we have right now, I think pretty much this is the last one. The next one won't be a traditional console. And honestly, it makes sense for it not to be a traditional console because Microsoft wants to make it easier for people to put games onto their hardware. They're not going to stop making hardware because they will lose $4 or $5 billion if they do through Game Pass subscriptions. So they need the hardware. So making it as easy as possible for developers to put the games onto your platform is, you know, a no-brainer. Instead of developing for an Xbox OS, just develop for a unified OS that will work on PC as well.
Which they kind of tried with the Series X and X, right? S and X, right? The fact that it was so much like a PC, it just wasn't there yet.
Yeah, the software wasn't there.
Combo and jump attacks and teleport attacks. I think when people first pick up the game, cannon is often the one that does seem a little out of place. It is the most technical of the weapons, and it's just as powerful as the other two as well. It's actually
so they'll have a handheld Switch Series S device and a gaming PC hybrid. Yeah, basically would fit. Heatwave I have, that's what we were talking about just now.
It's the only weapon that has immediate access in its core moveset to a mechanic in the game that is called Barrier. So a Barrier is a mechanic that will give you a barrier, which is over the top of your health bar, and the barrier has to be destroyed before it will deal damage to you. And this is particularly useful because if you take
again, Brick,
damage and you've got
console, hardware platforms like Microsoft and Sony can subsidize their consoles or their hardware. They subsidize it through software and, you know, accessories, and that's how they keep the price down.
The first time, there's going to be lots of things which push you towards trying out all three weapons, but I definitely think that eventually you could land on a favorite and just focus on that once you'd unlock pretty much everything. Imperial is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It is coming in 2025, so please look out for more information. But if you want to play now, then the demo is already available, and we even give you some endgame sets to play around with in the demo.
Oh, nice.
Imperial is coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and S later
I
this
downloaded
year.
this.
Now
Leo
let's talk
told
about
me to
VR,
try
which
it
has
out,
been
and I
a
never got a
blessing
chance
for the
to.
horror
I should
industry,
probably
but
give it a go.
Also a bit of a curse for the my underwear industry. And this year, one of
Slender.
the OG indie horror franchises is making the jump to virtual reality.
Oh my god,
This
baby
is
steps!
Slender: The Arrival.
It's real! It's there! No way!
Close all the windows and doors. Just don't let him in.
I just saw baby steps.
Don't go outside. He's out there. I need to hide.
The problem is the console market isn't really growing. They're sharing.
Is set to launch this spring and come
They're
to
sharing the
PlayStation VR
users,
2,
but it's
Quest,
not
and
growing.
Steam, so get ready to rip that headset off in terror.
Now, let's talk nuclear disasters and how one of these has affected the north of England.
It's really weird that the younger generation are going more towards gaming PCs than they are with consoles.
Timeline, Atomfall's unique take on the open world RPG is
I find
so
it weird,
good, you
because
wouldn't
back in
be
my day,
thinking about that
consoles were
franchise
everything.
that starts with an F.
Oh, you mean Fallout?
I said not to say it. We had a chat with Rebellion all about it, so you go have a look at that while I have a word with him. Sir, you have got to start using these, mister, yeah?
How have you been, Heatwave?
Hello, my name is Richard May. I'm the lead programmer.
Atomfall!
We're calling it an action survival game, so it's not an out-and-out RPG, but it has RPG-like elements. There's survival elements and there's shooter elements. So it's going to appeal, hopefully, to a fairly broad audience, experiencing the apocalyptic events after the real-world wind-scale fire of 1957, but with a kind of alternate history twist. So we've taken a uniquely British twist on the apocalypse. So we've got people living under essentially a kind of quarantine protocol. So it's all for their best interest, but it is somewhat oppressive, shall we say. We leave you to your own devices. You're not told to go in a particular direction.
They're not really pushing the boat when it comes to the graphics, are they?
You might want to follow, but ultimately it's down to you as to what you do, who you interact with in the zone, who you become friends with, and ultimately who you kill. You can kill anyone in the game if you want to. I'm not saying you should, but you can if you want to. You see quite often games where you have an unkillable quest giver or something like that. I mean, we're desperate to avoid that.
It's just games.
So yeah, it's been a challenge. I think we've found a good balance that allows you to have that
Not
freedom
dangerous
and
enough.
still experience an interesting story. So we hope that that'll give people a sense of freedom that they wouldn't normally
By the way, I'm
experience.
excited for that ramen
Depending
place
on
in
direction
London.
you go at the beginning, you should have
Which
a
one?
different experience. There are
I'm going to
different
go to
factions within
Uzumaki
the game
London,
that
which
you
is a
can present
Naruto-inspired
to,
ramen place.
Oh, right, you were
become
talking about
friends with
that.
exactly, because none of them are particularly friendly. But yes, you can make friends or enemies as you like in the game. And so hopefully people will experience something different every time they play. It's inspired by classic British sci-fi.
To be fair, Gorsey, post-apocalyptic look in the UK is 90% of the country.
Giant robots stomping around the place. We've also got.
Hey, I've got a nice countryside
Sorry,
over
that's
here.
wrong.
See something that looks a bit like the Wicker Man in the background.
95%.
And there's loads of little Easter eggs
But
and
that's the
tidbits
countryside,
that
not
we've sort of
cities.
taken from British sci-fi. and
Post-apocalyptic
media over the years,
cities,
so
95%
loads
of
stuff,
them.
And I hope people enjoy finding them. I have to say the cricket bat is still my favourite weapon in the game.
Birmingham.
Cricket bat, you know.
I hope people have a lot.
You know it's proper British when they're using cricket bats.
You might earn if you use it as well, so look out for those. It does also have a certain amount of the Rebellion DNA.
It is
in
proper
so
British when they're using cricket
world is
bats
almost
instead
like
of
a giant
baseball
Sniper
bats.
Elite level, where we're taking the sort of sandbox gameplay of the Sniper Elite series. And,
I get
and
Sniper Elite,
expanding
yeah,
upon that
okay,
to give
you
the
said it there.
Freedom of the world. Yeah, Atomfall's coming out on the 27th of March on all platforms, including
Ooh.
Game Pass. I hope you have a good time playing it.
I like the music. Okay, I might have to buy this when it's cheap. So in the day.
Atomfall is set to fall into our hands.
Baby
next
steps.
week
Look,
on
it's
March
almost there.
27th, and it's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, and PC.
Baby steps.
It's
real.
title in which you can hunt,
I don't
shoot,
care about any of this.
survive,
Give
and
me
build
baby
within the
steps.
frozen confines of a deadly Earth, then you might like our next title, Permafrost. I personally am kind of enjoying the sun, though, to be honest.
It does sound like life in Scotland.
Yeah, it does actually.
It was really hot yesterday as well, which sucks. Now it's really cold today. Oh, hot. Still hot today.
Permafrost.
In some places.
The world. Stop with the survival games, man.
Oh yes, mine the ice. Oh.
Coming later this year to PC, make sure
Let's go to
wishlist
survive
move
the
on,
fall.
move on. Baby steps.
Be the hottest game of the year, and yes,
No,
Casey Jones, cricket bat.
Move on.
Let's
Okay,
go.
baby steps.
world post-apocalyptic action game.
No,
which you
don't
have
care
to
about
live,
this.
fight,
Baby
and survive
steps.
As you build a settlement to shelter you from the horrors of the end days. This is
I will
Survive the
stream baby
Fall.
steps day one. Surely an RTS game. Not RTS, but XCOM. Whatever those games are called. Com
Yes,
games.
it's an XCOM game, RTS. No, this is like Command and Conquer stuff.
That is XCOM.
Bye bye.
It's out for PC later this year, and let's be honest, probably good research for the next few years of life on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't know about
I'm
you.
just
but I
waiting till Janet comes
absolutely
and does it.
love walking. In fact, without the ability to walk, we probably wouldn't be able to do these links right now.
Oh yes, and the
Come on.
minds behind any
Yo,
of
Brick,
this
I managed to get Carlo to all level 10
interesting idea for a new
across the
game.
board.
And that idea was, what if
She's
you were
a
so
beast!
absolutely lazy that you forgot how to put one foot in front of the
Except for
other?
intro skill. I left that at level 5.
Behind this very literal walking simulator.
This is baby steps.
Walking Simulator
Let's
exclusive
go!
to PlayStation. No, they said it. They said it. Walking Simulator.
Lives in his
Yeah,
parents'
well, that's what it is, right?
Who finds
I don't
himself
know.
mysteriously transported to a mystical realm where he has to hike up a mountain in his bare feet.
It's a physics
He's
game
off.
where you control your feet directly. You have to manually take every step. There's no fast travel. Life is hard.
There's an arc.
They put a pony in
there
there as well.
Maybe for a moment you're challenged and you're sweating and you're leaning forward and then you're leaning back and you're relaxed.
They actually put a pony in there watching.
Funny at the end of that as well, and there's kind of like a flow to the experience.
Oh, that's good. They know their audience very well.
Oh, can you not?
I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it with my. Sorry,
With your
just
foot,
using my.
yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to.
You just kicked. You thought I'll give it a good kick
No,
to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it.
I don't think it's a difficult game. I think is the first thing to say. You can
Okay,
make it.
You're just bad. That's what you're trying to say. No.
You can make it difficult. So we're taking a very different approach to My Game Getting Over It, which has one path, and if you mess up, you're back to the beginning. This is not like that at all.
This game gives
Really
me
kind of
panic attacks,
achievable set of
anxiety
paths
attacks.
that are very sort of safe and more or less easy. And we're
Oh
constantly
my
tempting
God,
you off
this
that.
is so
and
cool.
inviting you to try something that's a bit more
This is
difficult
not.
on your own
What
terms.
is wrong with you?
Something that's optional seems like it's too hard.
I
You
like
just don't
Goat
have to do it.
Simulator, okay? I
Just
like
because
weird
it's an
games like
open world
this.
game, a lot of the time when you fall
This
off
isn't a
something,
goat.
you're falling into a part of the world you haven't been to before.
That's
you're
why I
trying to
would
design the world.
weird games like
When you're
this.
losing progress, you're not just back where you started. You don't have to do the same thing again. It's putting you on some other path.
What, you want me to play Baby Steps?
We've done a lot of work from an aesthetic standpoint to make it so that falling is enjoyable, so that there's rich
Jeez,
aesthetic experiences you're
pretty
having as you're sliding down a mud slide, as you're losing progress. There's cool stuff that's happening, and like there's a lot of richness in what failing feels like in the context of playing this game, and it's enjoyable. The purpose of games is not
The
just
meme
to
is real.
succeed, and part
It's
of what
He's
we
dead.
do
It's a
is
good
He's
game.
dead.
make the
He's
process of
dead.
not
No, he's
succeeding
good. He's
enjoyable.
got
He's
this.
gone.
No,
He's
never mind.
gone. He's gone.
What the hell?
How quickly will players be able to
I
speed run the
said,
game?
When Getting Over It came out, I said it would take, what did I say, an hour if you were really fast?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's actually a minute is the answer. So I should take whatever I think and just divide it by 60.
What's your time? What's your guess?
For a speed run?
Okay, wait. What are the parameters of the bet? Is this the speed run after after 6 months?
After 6 months, I think they'll be doing it in 20 minutes.
That's too short.
That will have some crazy glitches and skips. Skipless, like glitchless run, I want to say 2 hours.
I'm gonna say 1 hour.
Baby Steps is coming to
I like how they know
PlayStation
it's
5
glitchy.
and Steam,
And they'll be like, yeah, if they do
later
a
this
glitch
year.
run, it'll be 20
It's a
minutes.
wish list.
Well, the thing is, most games have like a backdoor to stuff.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's a wrap on FGS live from
And we needed
GDC
more on baby
for
steps.
2025.
I've been Jules.
I've been Nathan.
But I tell you what, we shouldn't go without leaving them one last present, right? We can do one last thing, right?
One more thing?
One more
Baby
thing.
Steps
One more
2.
thing before we
The
go.
sequel.
One more thing before
Not
we
out
go.
yet,
One
but
thing
we've got
before
the
we head
sequel.
away, because I've
Colin
got a
Murray.
Baby 2 steps.
horror game, right? That is set inside a manor.
Oh, Jules, I feel like I've seen it before.
No, because what if I told
Baby
you this
2
manor
steps.
was completely
It's the sequel.
underwater?
Oh, now we're talking.
This is Dark Mass, a psychological horror game that is set to come for PC.
Of
Another
course
horror
it's gonna
game.
have horror.
Xbox Series X and S.
Go back to Baby Steps.
Oh, Series
Hey,
X and
Xbox.
S.
Oh, you enjoy that because we've got to get going now. We've got to walk across.
They
that.
didn't say
What?
PlayStation.
Yeah, they're not even paying for the taxi. You
I know.
serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Look, I had this fight with them, but look,
It's
we
okay.
gotta get going before it gets dark.
We've got
You have your baby
steps.
steps.
Hurry up! It's
Yeah,
gonna take a
that was
while.
good. This is going to be horror steps.
This place has been buried for
Ooh.
centuries. Today is our chance to discover what no one else has seen.
Hey, Dave the Diver in Unreal Engine 5.
Loud and clear, Alice. The earthquake has turned
Okay, you can have this.
You won't believe what I'm seeing.
Do you know what? I'll take horror over Souls-like.
I'm hooking up the camera now. Let me know if you're getting the feed.
I'll take horror over roguelike as well. And
What's
survival
behind you?
game.
Never seen anything like this before.
Not like horror survival, but you know what I mean by survival, right?
Yeah.
What was that? I think I'm not alone down here.
Ah!
Dark.
Hey, it's on PS5.
It's not. You're just seeing things.
But you can have it. I don't want it. So, game of the show, Baby Steps.
No. No! It gotta be Kronos. It has to be Kronos. And that's it.
We would need to see gameplay for Kronos to win.
I saw
Game of the
gameplay. You saw them shooting stuff. That was good enough for me.
Ugh.
It was so interactive and so just amazingly good. See? But chat, that is pretty much, I think, where we're going to stop today. Chill, if you want to plug yourself.
Oh, we're actually stopping
Not
it. I thought you were okay.
No, we're going to stop here because it's coming up to 11 o'clock now.
Okay.
And the show just finished.
Okay. So, I'm Chili. You can find me over on Holified Saying Gaming with the Bleach game coming out tonight. I plan to cover the Bleach game as much as I can possibly tomorrow. I'm going to do a load of videos tonight. You can, as you can find me Holified Saying Gaming. You can also find me on Twitch at Moogle Run Radio. But yeah, all my YouTube stuff is Holified Saying. We're at 157 subs. So if we can get 3 more subs, that's 160, which will be crazy.
I was about to say,
So
your
thank you,
maths is
everyone.
off.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we lost a few, so recent. Well, we lost one recently, so if we lost a couple, that's still technically a venture. But yeah, if we get 3 more, we'd reach 160. So thank you, everyone, for the support. And thank you to Chaos for having me on, as always. And thank you for the chat for being so welcoming, except for Steve.
I still can't believe it banned you. I'll have to unban you.
By the way, can I just say, Steve, I didn't even insult Gears of War. That's the funny part. Even when there wasn't... That was Chaos saying I insulted it. You admit that now that we're ending, right?
Fine. But he still
I just
can't
played
ban
along
me.
with it.
He still can't ban me. Well, chat, thanks so
I
much for
don't even know
hanging
if
out
he's still
tonight.
here.
No, he's still here. He's in the background. But thanks so much for hanging out tonight. It's been awesome. I hope you enjoyed the Future Game Show, and I will see you all on Tuesday or Monday if you're going to check me out on Twitch. There's a chance I'm going to stream on Saturday with maybe some more Assassin's Creed or maybe some Atelier Yumiya, depending on what I'm really feeling like. But otherwise, yeah, if you don't see me this weekend, then I'll see you next week. Until then, peace out, and as always, remain legend, folks. I'm out. Good night.
Hey.
Taz, thanks for the link to Chili's
Yeah,
website.
thanks, Taz.
Bye, folks. Like and subscribe.
Bye. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this later on. Do it. Leave a comment.